Or no, it was yours. Never mind. Whatever, we're good. Hello!
Hello.
Hello,
Hello.
welcome to the observatory. I'm a little rusty and also Chip Starlake. Well, I welcome you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Howdy.
Yeah. Um, I welcome you back to another Star Slug Manga Club where we're talking about the Enies Lobby and post-Enies Lobby arc in One Piece. Woo! Woo! I know it's Toto's favorite, and I think it's a lot of people's favorite, so I'm excited to talk about that today. Dawn is back!
Yes. Not.
I just looked over and I see purple and I was like, wait, wrong long hair.
Whoosh.
Dawn is back. Actually, I'll just let you all introduce yourselves, just for the sake of introducing yourselves. Go ahead.
Who's going first?
You go first.
Okay, I am Paper Dawn, artist who made the emote of the throwing up trips in the chat.
Woo! Woo!
I like One Piece.
Yay!
Double woo. One Piece. Hello, my name is Realm, Professor, Guide to the Stars, and local Sniper King enjoyer. Happy to be back.
Yay!
And shalom, I'm Dr. Toto Hex, the smartest science turtle and Ocean Natron. My voice is fully recovered, yay! So I'm not in puppet form anymore. Woo!
Yay! It was really fun being your voice, though.
Yeah.
To this day,
That one
Puppet
scene.
Toto is still yawning.
Yep.
Yes.
Or
The
screaming.
record.
Oh my goodness.
True.
Yeah, Papa was fun, but I'm glad that you have your real voice back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is my favorite arc. I'm so excited to hear what everyone thought of it.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Before we go into, well, I don't know. Yeah. Before we go into, I guess, the new stuff, because Dawn wasn't here, do you want to give a couple minutes of what your impressions are of Long Ring and Water 7? If not, that's okay, actually.
No,
I know
I
I
can.
asked, but...
No, I can.
Okay.
So Long Ring is Foxy Pirates.
Yes.
Yeah, it's funny. I
Yeah.
remember when I was watching the anime, I could have sworn it was filler. I was like, oh, this is a funny filler arc. Like, I wonder why they had to do this. Like, this probably isn't in the manga. And then I was like, oh, it is in the manga.
Yeah. So the anime does make it like 3 times longer.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
that makes sense. Yeah, and then no, it was funny antics. And then Water 7 is definitely like really cool. It's really, I think that's like where the bigger, broader picture of the story really goes into high gear. I think I've said that in the last arc too, probably, or like with Alabasta, but I do think this is when like elements to the long what do you call it, the long game story start appearing, like, you know, elements involving like Goldie Roger and everything, which is pretty cool.
Mhm.
And I like the introduction of the CP9 guys. They're pretty cool and intimidating. And is this the intro? Well, I don't know. Oh, shoot, I don't know.
Let's see. We meet like Foxy, we meet Aokiji, and we meet Frankie and
the abilities that the CP9 guys have. Was that explained in Water 7? Or
they go over at the Rokushiki.
Yeah. Yeah. Because that's a decently important concept too that they introduce here, I think.
I think it's just cool that it's showing, like, you know, there's other ways to get powers in this world.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty cool, intimidating characters. And then Frankie's backstory is really good. And I still really like the backstories in this series in general. I think they're like some of the strongest I've ever seen in a like piece of media, like to like get you invested in the character. They do such a good job. They're also always like perfectly placed in the story, where it's like right when you want to know why this character is the way they are, they give you that information. And then they also give you a like truckload of like lore information in that backstory, like really seamlessly, which is super cool. Like, you know, in Frankie's, you learn all this stuff about the ship making, like, or, you know, Goldie Roger's ship and everything. Kind of, I guess you learn the person that made it. Super cool. Yeah. And then it ends with them getting to, yeah, it ends with them getting to Enies Lobby. I'm sorry, I like it's kind of a blur. I have to make sure I know
No, that's
when
okay.
events happen.
Oh, it's
so
all
I don't
good.
say
It's all
anything.
good.
But yeah, it's good. It definitely feels like it's set up for the next one. But
Yeah.
it's a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's a good segue into our next part here because they got onto the train.
Yeah.
Robin still got taken, even though they like had her for a second. Sniper King helped grab Robin, but then the
Oh,
stupid
yeah.
door guy just like teleports her back. It's just like, no.
Oh,
It feels like getting
Yeah.
blue shelled when you're about to win the race.
yeah.
They
Yeah, it
cheated.
kind of was. They cheated.
So they do have to end up going to Enies Lobby to get her back.
Mm-hmm.
And the train is just about to reach there, the Rocket Man train.
Yeah. Yeah, I had forgot because it had been a minute and the whole train section is Water 7. I had basically forgotten that Luffy didn't know that it was up his Sniper King. So I was like, what are you doing, Luffy, you dummy? And I was like, well, I'm not dumb for saying that, but I forgot.
Yeah, you're not dumb. He's dumb. You forgot that he was dumb.
I forgot somehow. Oh gosh. But yeah. Yeah, they like get there and just start like Luffy just beats up like 500 dudes all on his own.
Yeah. Because what happens is Rocket Man, the second sea train that is like a prototype sea train that is out of control, is charging forward through the Alka Laguna and through the tracks to get into Enies Lobby, but there's a huge fence in the way. But Luffy, they're like, okay, here's what we'll do. We're going to break through the fence, and then first, like all the other people, like all the Frankie family and Galila people will come out and fight off the people and distract them. And then the Straw Hats can like keep moving forward. And then it's like, yeah, that sounds like a great plan because we don't want to waste time like fighting all these Marine dudes. And then Luffy is there too, and he's like, yeah, great plan. And then as soon as they get close to the fence, Luffy just jumps over the gate and is like fighting all the Marines already. And they're like, he didn't understand the plan at all, did he?
Oh, yeah, he just left. He didn't care. He wasn't listening.
Yeah.
Why would he?
Yeah. Yeah. He
No,
just
no,
goes
no.
ahead. And he's just fighting everybody, and like there's two giants guarding the way. And
Oh yeah.
that Spandam guy is just there. From Frankie's backstory is there, but he has like has like headgear. What do you call it? Yeah.
We love that guy.
Oh yeah.
The most deplorable like One Piece character.
Yeah, it's like wow, this guy sucks.
Yeah, that's so bad.
Oh, hello. Who have we got? Oh yeah, I forgot to give the announcements. Hold on. Dr. Toto Hex, Chaos, and Arya. Thank you very much for staying a slugling.
Yeah, slug power.
Oh gosh. 10 months. Alright. And yeah, that like they're Spandam like the CP9, they like bring Robin and Frankie in there in like the area that they're all in, and they're like chilling, and then it turns out that he's like the head of CP9, right? Even though he's like kind of a loser compared to all of them. Not even kind of.
Yeah.
And there's the Chapapa guy that trained them.
Or,
And
I don't think it's that trained him. He can like tell their power levels.
oh, he
or
can just.
whatever.
Oh, okay, never mind then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw that, I was just like, oh my god, is he actually going into power levels? Oh boy.
They kind of didn't mean
Yeah, and
anything,
then-
but yeah.
Yeah, it was like your power is like 3,000, and Spandam's power was like 9 or something.
Oh, yeah.
Literally.
Mm-hmm. Oh gosh.
Yeah, but no, the power levels don't mean anything.
Yeah, they don't
Really.
really.
It's just like, I guess, I don't know why they thought it necessary to do power levels. Was it to make them seem stronger, or was it like to?
I don't know. The bounties are such a great way to do that.
Yeah.
It's like such a
Yeah.
cool, unconventional way to do that.
Right, because the bounties are like a soft power level system where it's like sometimes people just get a high bounty because they're notorious, not because they're actually strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I'm thinking that maybe at the time, since power levels were such a common like system in other shonen, that Oda may have decided like, oh, maybe what would happen if I threw in something like that, you know?
Because like the Marines wouldn't have one.
Right.
Yeah.
Or I guess maybe he got pushed to by Shonen Jump execs.
It's possible.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's like showing like the difference between CP9 and the Straw Hats, because it seems like the CP9 really they just care about strength.
Mm-hmm.
But as we saw before, like Usopp isn't a strong member of the crew, but he's still valuable to the crew.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Also,
true,
I forgot to mention the Usopp part in my little rundown to Water
Oh.
7. Yeah, that
Mhm.
part's amazing too. It's like one of my favorite parts in the whole series.
Oh,
Really
when they
fun.
fight.
Yeah, when the
Mhm.
whole that
Yeah.
whole sequence.
Oh, that makes
my
me so
God.
sad. But you're right, it's really good.
It's so
Yeah.
good. So, I
And Usopp
remember
leaves the crew.
I was telling my girlfriend, I was like, when I was reading that, I was like, oh yeah, Oda's not only like an amazing like action artist and like, you know, world building writer and you know, all these different things. He's also a really good drama writer. Like he
Yeah.
wrote like really believable character drama between them. And I was like, dang, where did that even come? I didn't even think about that, but there wasn't that much before this. But like that whole chapter where they're arguing about the going merry is like, or the merry go, is like so realistically done. And it's like really, really, really good character writing. I'm like, oh god, he's so good at what he does.
It's like actually hard to watch them fight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
'cause-
it is. No, it
yeah.
is. And I mean, like, yeah, obviously. I mean, the perfect point. Like, it's so. Yeah, it really is, which is so cool. I love it. Oh, I love it so much.
Yeah.
I love in the I remember watching the dub when I was watching the anime originally, and that scene. I sorry to get off topic. I do want to voice
It's
my
okay, it's
opinion on
okay.
this stuff. Yeah, I do know that scene when he's like walking away from Usopp. Like the person who voices Luffy does like an amazing job with like the line where he's like, "It's too much." I'm
It
like,
is too
"Oh,
much."
it's
Yeah.
so good.
And then Zoro's just like, if you can't have, if we can't have faith in you, then what can we have faith in?
Yeah,
You're
he's
the
like, that's-
captain.
Yeah,
You
it's
have
like,
to
that's
act
that's
like
what it
one.
means to be a captain, and I'm like, God
Yeah.
damn.
Because, like, for real, like, for this whole time, for all the other arcs leading up to this, they've really just been like a group of friends with their own goals.
Mhm,
They haven't really been like a pirate crew, you know?
mhm.
Yeah,
They're
it's
just
like,
kind of a group of people who like happen to get together. But this is where they really, like, through the hardships, test like their strength as a crew.
Mhm.
yeah, it's good.
But Usopp leaves the crew for good. But it's okay because he gets replaced with Sniper King, who is definitely not Usopp with a turkey mask on.
Definitely not.
No way.
No, he's Sniper King from Sniper Island.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
100 shots, 100 hits.
Is
Yeah.
it explained where he
Never
gets
misses.
the outfit? I don't remember.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think it's explained, but you do see like just like the CP9 members wearing masks in like the festival in Water 7.
Mhm.
You probably just grab one of those.
Ah, that's smart. Okay.
Yeah, and he's like, I'm not Usopp.
Yeah.
King.
And he even like talks in a slightly different voice in like the
Yeah.
Japanese stuff.
Because the only reason he comes along is because they recognize him and they're like, oh, that's one of Luffy's friends kidnap him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except for Luffy. Luffy and Chopper don't recognize
Yeah.
him. They're like, what? Sniper King is so cool. He's a hero.
hmm He's a cool hero. Oh, it's silly. Gosh. And so I guess
You can continue. I'm sorry. I had to.
Oh, no, you're
You
okay.
That's the
I'm trying
part with the
to-
giants, right?
yeah, the giants, they're fighting Oimo and Kashi. There's like a bunch of other guards. There's like a 3-headed judge dude. Weird.
Oh yeah. No, he's the judge, jury, and executioner, right?
Yeah.
That's so stupid.
Yeah. But Luffy just like ignores all of that. He just like goes over them and just fights all of these dudes in the middle. He eventually gets to the courthouse. And like Spandam the entire time is like, let me know when Luffy's taken care of. Don't worry about it. And he's like not worried about it until he finally finds out that like half of his forces are gone already.
Well, first he hears the call, and then the guy's like, Straw Hat Luffy has taken out 5. And he's like, 5 people? But it's because the guy got knocked out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Five,
the amount of
yeah.
times they got like underestimated, it was just like, oh my god, please, someone smack this dude.
That's
Right?
like That's like my favorite like shonen trope is when they like underestimate them and then they're like, no, these guys are like maniacs.
Yeah, they're gonna get you. Yeah. He makes it to the. Let's see. Let me think. He makes it to the courthouse, and then Bluno starts fighting Luffy.
Oh yes.
Where Luffy reveals his new abilities, which are weird. They look very weird.
Okay, yeah. So for you guys who haven't seen Gear 2 before, what did you think? He does get this like random power up that kind of feels like an asshole.
It kind of feels like that, but at the same time, Luffy's shown to be extremely adaptable, and he's not book smart, but if he needs to understand something quickly, he can, especially with fighting, it seems like. So I guess it's cool that he like knows how to do the same techniques that CP9 knows how to do. But like his entire legs getting all scrunched up, I was really freaked out at first. I was like, ooh! Even though he stretches and stuff all the time, I don't know why that one weirded me out.
Yeah.
But it works. Yeah.
What about you, Realm?
Well, as soon as Bluno said, "Oh, it's some sort of like fuel injection," I'm like, "All right, you have my complete interest." It was cool. I liked, like you said, I liked his adaptability, but I liked how they explained it as if it's that, because I don't know, because I mean it makes more sense to me, but it's interesting because then you can think about like, well, for car talk, oh, you can add some bolt-ons, you can add some forced fuel injection, but you could do some crazier stuff by adding more power, bigger things, like like forging a new engine, stuff like that. I'm like, and that really piques my interest. So in a random tangent, I got excited for it.
Nice.
So I liked it.
That's good.
To be fair, I don't think it was as random as some people say, because Drownwater 7, like very subtly in the background, you see Luffy trying to jump from building to building like Kaku does.
That's
And
true.
he's
He is
trying to learn how to
imitate
do this
Kaku.
kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And finally figures it out here.
Yeah.
But I think what he's doing with his like leg pumping is like he's basically speeding up his blood flow, his like blood to pump faster.
Yeah. And I guess
He's like
So
overheating,
raw.
like just like extra cardiovascular power.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the point where I was asking myself, I'm like, so is everything in Luffy rubber? I guess it is, but
Yeah.
it doesn't really, his body wouldn't work otherwise, I guess. But
I do really like how like compared to something like Dragon Ball where Goku goes like the super thing to like just like be more powerful than the opponent. It's cool that Luffy realizes he needs to do that because he lost to somebody. Like it's like, oh, he got frozen by Aokiji, right?
yeah.
And he was like, oh, I have to figure out a way to not to happen again. My friends almost died. So it's like a more believable reason than like some other shonen.
Well, I think the first Super Saiyan fight was kind of a similar reason.
Oh yeah.
But like every other Super Saiyan after that was also just like the same reason and a similar transformation that it got a little tiresome.
Yeah, I just like how they put some like they give you a little context on like where the power up came from in like Luffy's brain, I guess in like in Dragon Ball it's quite literally like the power up they have, but it's like Luffy learned that, so
Yeah.
Yeah. He did.
Continuity.
I think it's also like it's not just like the same move but stronger in a lot of the cases. Like they're drawn completely differently here. With like, I love the art here where he uses like jet pistol and his like hand just like disappears, but you see like a shockwave. So good.
So good, yeah.
Oh, and then the
Oda's a
anime, the
genius.
scene is also really good. Luffy versus
Oh my
Bluno is one of my
God,
favorites.
it's one. Yeah, it's same. It's one of my favorites. That like there's like the first scene when he like punches him and then like he quickly gets up and Luffy's like gone and he's like, where'd he go? And he just punches him again. It's so cool.
It just completely trashes him.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, we'll show you guys later.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bluno gets absolutely stomped.
Yes. Bluno gets stomped. While that's happening, I don't know if it's just I guess the CP9 left because at some point Frankie bursts out of his chains that they're holding him in and he escapes.
Oh.
Or no, he takes Robin with him.
I think that's later, because first, like, you have all of the rest of the Straw Hats and people fighting through the city.
Oh, you're right. They're all fighting. Sorry.
Yeah,
Everybody's fighting.
and then they have like Sodom and Gomorrah, the
Yeah.
two like
The
big bulls.
horsies. Yeah.
The horsies, the seahorses, the giant seahorses carrying them through.
Yeah.
But then somehow, like Usopp or Cypher King gets left behind. They just like forgot him.
Yeah, they're like, why didn't you get on the horsey?
I was like, why did he fall off? And he's like, no, wait, he never got on.
Yeah. But it's actually like good that he didn't, because he like talks to the defeated giants and explains to them that like they like had a deal where the Marines were like, well, we have your friend, your bosses imprisoned, and if you don't like work for us, then they'll never be out of prison or whatever. But that's not real, because it's the Dorian Broggy from that one island.
Yeah, did you see that coming back into the story? Like,
no, I mean, I wanted it to, so I guess it's good, but no, I didn't think it would.
That was one of those things where the 4Kids dub skipped that arc with those two giants.
Oh.
So if they were to ever get this far, they would have been screwed.
Yeah.
It was too violent.
Yeah, this is another little thing that I noticed with this arc when I first watched it all the way back then. I noticed it when I was reading it too. This is like when people start like dying like more. Like I feel like they're like even just like random people. It's like said that they died.
Yeah.
Which is like pretty intense. Like there's like I know there's a scene, I don't know when it happens, but one of the bigger Marine guys just like shoots one of his guys like in the head.
Yeah.
And it's like real. It's not just like he's down for the count. It's like, oh my god, he just shot him in the face.
I wouldn't say this is the start of that, because literally Axe and Morgan killed a guy like back in like chapter 2.
That's
oh
true.
really? I always thought it maybe because I watched the anime, but I always I don't know if that happened in the anime, but I always felt like they were kind of trying to be a little bit more like, oh, maybe they died, maybe not, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean there was like weight to that though, so I get it.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Oh, you're right. So they're like leaving, and then the giants are like, wait, our bosses are just fighting each other still on that island? Fuck these guys, and then they join the pirates.
Yeah.
Which is very useful because they're large and can help out a lot.
Mm-hmm. So I was impressed with like, okay, I think Polly is like an unsung hero here. Everyone likes to talk about Polly, but he like helped take down the giant in the first place to get through the gate.
It's true, he did.
And his like ropes were able to hold him down. Like, dang.
Yeah. He really was the unsung hero because he kept all of those dudes alive.
Yeah, seriously.
He really helped anyway.
But yeah, one of the bulls goes down. They all jump onto the other bull.
Mm-hmm.
And then the bulls are like blinded by some other like executioner dudes who like I don't even remember what they're called. They're dumb.
They're just executioner dudes.
Yeah. And then they're about to crash into a wall, and then Zoro and Sanji have a moment where they're just like, do you see a wall? I don't see a wall at all. And they just like burst through it and break through.
Yeah, they just burst through because steel is nothing, or what, I guess stone is nothing to
I mean, there was another scene where like everyone was like, oh, we have to get through that gate. Okay, the controls are over here, we're gonna go over this way. And then Zoro's like, hey, I cut through the door.
Yeah. Yeah, because Zoro's superhuman.
Yeah.
And so they go, all the other Straw Hats are already in the building looking for Robin, right?
Mm-hmm.
By the time they get over on the horsies, and the horsey like has to stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess that's when Frankie breaks free and takes Robin with him. Or no? I'd have no idea.
Wait. Okay. There's a lot of like minor character stuff. Like Yokozuna, like they go through the door. Mm-hmm. Yokozuna, the frog, who's still there, who was like training against the sea train, helps block the door so that people can't chase after them.
Oh, you're right.
The gate is actually only like halfway open. Or not the gate, the drawbridge. Because there's a drawbridge to get to where they are going. So the Frankie family and Galila members go to try to get to the control systems on the two towers to take them down. And they happen to like cut through like the Cerberus looking judge dude too, and it just turns out he's just three guys in a trench coat.
Oh yeah.
They're just good friends. They're not actually a three-headed dude, which is kind of lame.
Yeah, it was weird. I was like, huh?
Yeah.
What?
And he also kind of sucks.
He also kind of sucks. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was something I noticed. I forgot when exactly it happens, but I think it's at the point where they got the first full door open, like the Rocket Man flew over the door and actually like crashed into the I think it's the judge building. I looked at the thing and it looked exactly like the scrunched up nose and everything. I feel like it looked exactly like Kokoro, the one who was the train conductor.
Oh.
Like sharp teeth, punched up nose.
Yeah.
I don't know, I was cackling because it was like 2:00 and I'm like, oh, I did it funny.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
You're right. Kokoro also looks like a sharky monster lady.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder why.
I wonder why.
I wonder why.
Man, oh man.
I
have nothing.
Speaking of Kokoro, though, when they do reach like Enies Lobby, I love how like Kokoro and her granddaughter just like get out of the train immediately and hold up their hands and they're like, "We're actually hostages. Don't hurt us."
Yeah, they're like, oh, we can't fight.
Oh no, we were forced to do this, even though they totally were accomplices.
Yep.
Still drinking the whole time.
Oh yeah.
Yep. It was pretty good.
Okay, but yeah, this is when like they're like trying to all get upstairs to the top of the tower, and Nami's like, "Let's go up the stairs," and Zoro immediately goes the wrong way to a different door. And she's like, "How did you not understand this? The stairs are right here."
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah.
And then Zoro finally ends up being like, "Screw this," and he just like cuts his way up to the top.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And he gets there, and then Sanji like gets up there too, and he's like, "Ah, Robin, I am here to save you. I am definitely the first one here." And Zoro's like, "Hey, what's up, dude?"
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Man, they are such a cute couple.
I know. Zoro and Sanji. There's a lot of like Zoro fans and Sanji fans at each other's throats.
It's true.
Oh, come on.
Just have them kiss. You can be both.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, in the meantime, that Spandam guy gives Kaku and Khalifa devil fruit, right?
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, "Here you go. Don't you want to eat it?" I don't know.
Do you see that before it gets revealed? Like before you see their powers?
Yeah, they eat them before you know that they have the powers, but you don't know what they are until.
And the one dude, Jabra, is like, "God, don't get them near me. If you have the two devil fruits, then the devils inside will kill each other or something."
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a whole big explanation about where to find them, how long they've been looking for them, the effects of them, a whole like this political discussion about it.
Yeah.
Okay, but before you learn what their powers were, what did you think their powers were gonna be?
I don't know. I guess I didn't really pontificate, or I didn't think about it. I was like, I'll see it in a few chapters, to be honest.
Yeah, that's true.
But I did think one of them would be Zoan, and I guess that was true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did think one of them was gonna be an animal of some sort,
Mm-hmm.
but after that I was just like, I got no idea.
Yeah, like I had no inkling of what Khalifa's was, so
like my only idea was that it was gonna be like a monkey of some sort, because the one that
it's like a banana.
Looked like he literally ate it like a banana, and I'm like, oh, that could be it.
Yeah, but did they? No, I don't remember this part. They said like there's like. At least, or maybe Oda just said it in one of the SBSs that there's like a book that says what they all are.
Yeah.
But these,
or at least the ones
book.
that were discovered.
Yeah, I think these ones weren't in the book, or maybe they were. I don't know.
I think they weren't, so they didn't know.
Yeah, they didn't know what they were. Yeah, because he didn't. Yeah, because Kaku didn't know.
Yeah. He was happy about it though.
Yeah, he was happy about it. Yeah.
And they had that dramatic scene of them like taking that first bite and then making a grimacing face.
Yeah.
And just like, ah,
Gross.
because it tastes really bad.
Yeah, because it's so gross. Why did you
Yeah,
eat
not
that?
because they were like actually hurt or anything. It just tasted bad.
Mm-hmm. I wonder what it tastes like. Bad, I guess, but
Yeah.
kind of bad.
Probably a lot of places like stores in Japan where you can buy like a devil fruit like melon cake or something.
Mmm.
It's probably just tastes
I
like
mean, there is a place in the U.S. you can buy devil fruit shaped soap or bath bombs.
Oh yeah,
that.
Lush.
Just eat those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, one of them was a soap power.
Oh
It's
yeah.
true. I think they don't have they only have like main crew and aces, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I bought the straw hat though. I didn't buy any of the devil fruit. It smelled good.
It smells good.
It smells like tangerines. What do you think it's gonna smell like?
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. They fought through
But
the
yeah,
thing.
now they finally get to the top of the tower, and Frankie escapes in a very interesting way. 'Cause he,
Oh yes.
Oh yeah, use butt powers. I'm sorry.
yeah, he uses his
Yeah.
butt power.
I kept wanting to talk about it because I just thought it was the funniest thing in the world. I don't know.
Okay, go ahead.
I was just like, I don't actually have anything. He just uses his weird butt power to get out.
He rips a fat one.
Yeah.
Gets the carbonation from the
Poop
core.
to burst to bust out, and I just wasn't expecting that. It caught me off guard, even though this is like a children's manga. I just was like, oh my god.
People always say that One Piece has like unrealistic body standards for women, but look at Frankie.
Look at Frankie.
No man has an ass that
His dumpy
big.
was too much.
I know.
It was
Oh
just so
my
good. And then yeah, I don't know. It was just so funny to me. I think Frankie made me laugh a lot in this arc because all of his powers are so odd.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
they get
a
a lot of-
robot. He's like a cyborg, but all his powers are stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get a
all
lot of
that.
fun use out of his cyborg thing. It's like really really cute.
Yeah. Very cute.
But yeah, he like grabs Robin and farts his way to the top of the
Yeah,
tower
first
to the
way
balcony.
I like
He rips
that
a big
scene.
one.
That was like a Chad moment when he was like he just made himself like huge. He's like I'm just gonna like kill myself and explode and kill everyone on here. And
Yeah,
everyone's like whoa, whoa, whoa. He's like I'm crazy. I'll do it. Like you're about to die. And everyone's like wait.
Wait, yeah. Oh yeah.
And now he gets to escape.
And then they escape. And it's
Yeah.
great. Yeah, I also like that after Luffy beats up Bluno, he's like, I'm so tired, and then he has like pocket meat to eat.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, don't take that out of context. No, he pulls like literally out of his
I
pocket,
know.
right?
Yeah, he pulls them out of his pockets. And they're like the bone-on meat ham thing that you get at like Ren fairs.
No, what's it?
Like a turkey leg?
Like
I
a
thought it was like a
mutton?
turkey leg.
Yeah, it's like mutton, but still.
Oh, mutton.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the word.
Yeah, he's all good. He had some meat. He had a little snack.
Yeah.
And, you know, beat up thousands of Marines, eat some mutton. You're all good.
Oh, yeah, and then after Frankie farts to the top of the tower, Luffy sees Robin, right? And he's like, hey, we're here! I'm here for you! And she's like, go away! Go home! And
Luffy's like,
it's-
okay.
Why? Yeah.
There were so many like screenshotable moments
Yeah.
in this arc.
Yeah, I took a lot of screenshots.
I love the it's like a little thing, but I really like the setting that part takes place in. Like the two buildings with the huge like
Yes.
chasm in
Mhm.
between. It's like
And then
a
they
really
have like
cool
a lineup.
Yes.
all the
Oh my
people.
god, don't get me
Mhm.
started.
That's so badass.
Yeah,
was the
it's
first
pretty
one I had on my
awesome. Yeah,
list
because
here.
everyone ends up standing up there.
Yeah,
and-
because
Ah.
also I feel like at that point they hadn't been like all together as a group in a while. I felt.
Because they got split up on the train.
Yeah.
So it was pretty cool to like see them all like gather up again. It's like, dude, the squad, we're back.
What?
Yeah,
Good.
squad. Yeah. Yeah. And then, oh gosh, they all fight their way up to the top. All the other guys. But then they do the stand. And Robin's sad and says, "Just leave me. I just want to die." And Robin's like, "What the heck?" Not Robin. Luffy's like, "What the heck are you talking about?"
Crew was so fun. What? No.
Yeah,
I like that Luffy is still all about freedom, though. He's like, you know what? If you still want to die after we save you, like, that's your choice, but we're going to save you first.
Yeah, we're going to save you.
Because I don't think that's actually what you want.
Yeah.
And also, we're free to help you. That's our choice.
Yeah. It's our choice to help you. Even Sniper King comes out. He, like, catapults onto the tower to also give his speech, or help with the speech, I guess.
Do the Giants throw him?
Yeah, I think they throw him.
Yeah,
they do.
He kind of, like, crashes there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, if you want to die, whatever, you say whatever you want. You have to say it to our faces. Yeah, so, like, after we save you. And Robin's, like, crying. Because she has friends that love her.
This is when you get the backstory too, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, wait, does that? I think that happens. Does the backstory happen after they burn that flag too?
No, it happens before.
Okay, that part.
To kind of explain, like, because Venom has the golden snail. A golden snail.
Yeah, the
to call it a buster call. Which will absolutely destroy the island, which is also what destroyed Robin's island.
Yeah.
And then that's where we get the backstory to explain why it's so traumatic for her.
Yeah.
Pretty messed up.
Yeah, and she, like, explains, like don't hit that, because you're all gonna die too if you hit that. And he, like, doesn't believe her. Spandam doesn't. And then it goes into her backstory, yeah. Which, honestly, dude, I know she wasn't born this way, but it makes me wonder when she ate her devil fruit, because, like...
Yeah, we don't actually see it.
Yeah. Because she just has the powers when we get to her part of the story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's like, I kind of like the angle where it's like, it doesn't really matter. Like, really,
it doesn't
like,
really matter.
Yeah, it's like, that's not important to her character. Like, she ate it at some point, who cares?
Yeah.
Like, I think it's
You're right. Cool.
Oh man, yeah, oh god, that part is so good when he burned down the flag and, like, the fun guy's like, like, you just declared war, like, war on the entire world, and Luffy's like, bring it on.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, this show or this series, god.
Yeah, he's like, whatever. Yeah.
Who wants to talk about Robin backstory, though?
Oh gosh, Robin backstory is sad time, but we must talk about it. So she's living with, like, her aunt, because her mom is, like, traveling, or that's what we assume at first. She's not there, but she goes to the and she's really all alone. Like, her family, like, went out, and she just has to do the chores by herself, and that's so sad. She's crying because she's lonely. And then she goes to the library, the O'Hara Library, and it's, like, the archaeological place too, the research center or whatever. And they all, like, they're really happy and greet her because she beat the test.
Yeah.
The archaeology test. And then yeah, she gets, like, a little pin. I don't know, does she still have that? I don't know. Little pin that says she's an archaeologist. And she wants to help all the archaeologists with, like, their secret research, which I guess is on the Pone glyphs. Oh, that's how you say it. I can always
Poneglyph.
Poneglyph. Okay, sorry. Yeah, and they're like, no, Robin, you can't know that. You're too young, and if you get caught, you'll be caught up in, like, getting punished with us, and I don't want you to do that. And she's like, no, I want to, like a kid would, and, like, they all explain, like, if it gets out that we're studying this, then, like, we're all gonna our heads will roll, I think is what they say. So it's good that you can, like, decipher the ancient words, but you gotta we gotta not talk about that. Keep it on the down low. She's sad and runs away because she wants to be a part of something, because she's, like, she doesn't have a mom, she's all alone. Sad.
Yes.
Yeah, the other kids bully her too because she's got the weird devil fruit powers.
Yeah.
They're just jealous.
True. They're just jealous, yeah, of having
She has,
like,
No.
the
she has like the coolest ability in the fucking series. So
Yeah.
That said, so the first time you guys saw it, you guys were like, "That's pretty weird."
I didn't understand it. I did think it was weird, but I just didn't understand it. Now that I understand it, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
these kids should just spend like 600 chapters with Robin and like
Yeah,
get to
they'll
know her a little
know.
longer.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it is true. You gotta get to know someone before you judge them. So.
That's true.
Oh. And then yeah, Robin runs away and she runs to the ocean and she like sees a giant like that has like shown up on the shore. Lots of giants in this arc.
They're all cool.
They're all cool, yeah. And he tries to scare her, but she's like, "Why did you do that?" She's not scared at all. And then she like tries to help him and heal him back to health. Instead, like, does she track? Yeah, I assume because she takes him inland that she just uses her hand powers to like carry him. Or does he get there himself?
I think he gets there himself.
Oh, he just drags himself? Okay.
Yeah.
It's like, they don't say it. I don't know.
Yeah. The giant Saul Goodman.
Yeah, Saul.
Better call Saul.
I forgot his name was Saul. That name has been like ruined for me. It's
I know, right?
Like when I read this like years ago, I didn't even like blink twice at that. It's like,
know.
it's Saul Goodman, like.
Oh.
One thing that Saul says when he sees her powers, he doesn't react. He's like, "That's pretty neat. That's such a convenient power."
Yep.
He's like, "You're not scared?" He's like, Dude, I've been to the Grand Line. Like, this is nothing. Like, the Grand Line powers are crazy."
Yeah. Yeah, and I think Robin does really like him because he's just like
Cool.
He's cool and he's nice to her and he just is understanding and everybody else is just like not in her eyes anyway. Even if the archaeologists do support her, they just want her to be safe. But yeah, like she says like, "I'm not that interested in you," or like, "I'm not gonna tell on you because I'm not that interested in you," but then she like makes friends with him later. He has a silly laugh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So cool.
Mm-hmm. Jaguar Diesel. And then I think, gosh, I don't know. She starts like helping him. She starts giving him like tiny little pieces of bread.
And he's just like, "Oh, it's all good, thank you. But you should eat because I already ate some fish during the night, and there's like a giant dead fish."
Yeah.
Or giant like sea king.
Yeah. So yeah, they make friends and they hang out, but then the Navy is coming in. Director Spandine is coming in to go inspect the archaeologist tree house thing. It's just a cool building.
The great tree of O'Hara.
Yeah, O'Hara, yeah. Then let's see. Atode. After that, yeah, they get there, they go in, but I think Robin's mom shows up before that. He like gets to the place before they all get there.
Yeah, to try and warn them.
Yeah, she tries to warn them. And yeah, Robin is like, "Oh no," and is running and like runs past her mom while they're running. And it's like, "No!"
Oh yeah.
Mother.
Yeah, she goes to warn them all that they all need to evacuate because the Navy's coming and they're probably just gonna kill them all because that's what they did to when she was on her research voyage. Because I guess the government really doesn't want anyone to find out about this information at all, which is why she's being sent to her death now. So it's just kind of followed her. Oh gosh. They arrive. They show more backstory, I think. They show, like, Olivia, that's her name, leaving Robin, and Robin just crying and being sad because, like, her mom is leaving, which is sad. This whole backstory is so sad.
Yeah, I make you feel for Robin.
Yeah. So yeah, the Navy arrives. Everyone's running. Olivia is running to like go, like fight the Navy, whereas Robin's running in the other direction, being like, "Wait, my mom's here," because I think Saul is like, "Oh, your mom might have arrived with the Navy," and she just is like, "What? My mom's here!" and tries to go find her. Then they show Aokiji, who's not Aokiji. His name is Kuzan.
Yeah. This is like real name. Aokiji is like his title. Like
Yeah,
Blue
his title.
Pheasant.
Oh yeah, sorry, Blue Pheasant.
Yeah. No. Aokiji is Japanese. Like that's
Yeah.
It is that.
Yeah, he's just there, hanging out. Because I guess he still is just hanging out as much as he can. Robin returns and is like, "Did my mom come here?" They like don't want to tell her. The Navy quickly shows up and they're like, "We have to do an inspection, blah blah blah," and Robin like everyone gets like told that they like have to be detained or like executed or ruined, and they're all gonna go but leave the girl behind. But then Robin like reveals that she can also read the poneglyphs. Sorry. Vowels are weird in my brain. And then they don't know what to do with her. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they don't know what to do with her. They tell her to go.
Yeah, I think they accidentally pressed a buster call.
Yes.
So then they're like, "Oh wait, they're already shooting at us. We gotta go too." And they just kind of like leave the people there because they're like, they're gonna die anyway to the buster call.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and honestly, the saddest part for me was like Olivia was trying to like not have Robin get implicated with like a criminal, but like in the end, like she ended up saying like, "Yes, I'm your mom," and like hugging her and stuff.
And Robin's just like, "Don't you remember me? It's been so long, but I'm a little bit bigger, but it's still me. It's Nico Robin. It's Robin."
Yeah.
And Olivia just kind of like cries silently without trying to show it, and then finally gives in.
Yeah.
I think there was also a scene, I forget what the order of events there is, because Saul tries to save Robin, brings her over to like the rescue ship, but then they won't let her on.
Yeah, they won't let her on.
Has like the crazy powers, and then they're like, "No, she's a freak."
Yeah, they're like, "No, she can't come on."
And then it's a good thing she didn't get on because the rescue ship gets blown up too, because another admiral, or he's not an admiral yet, he's like a vice admiral, Akainu, is there, and it's just like, "No survivors."
Yeah, no survivors.
Crashes them too.
Yeah, everything is set on fire, and Robin gets separated from all of them. Saul does try to save her, which is really nice of him.
Yeah, and then she does get to meet with her mom, with Olivia, one last time.
Yeah.
But then they force her to leave. And she's like, "No, I don't want to go. I want to stay with you."
Yeah, I want to stay with you.
No!
God, it is really sad.
Mama!
Mom, no!
No, but all the researchers go into the library to try and save what books they can, even though everything's burning.
Yeah. It's true.
Yeah.
And Saul, like, takes her, go save her, and he, like, tells her, like, you have to be the one to carry on O'Hara's, like, island history. Like, you have to be the one to carry that on. You have to be the one to know that O'Hara fought against the world. And he takes, like, a cannonball to the face.
Yeah.
And he picks up a boat, and he's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh.
But
Gosh.
then he's not strong enough.
Yeah, he's not strong enough to save everyone.
Because Aokiji, Kuzan, comes and freezes him.
Freezes him. It's sad.
Yeah.
But he ends up putting Robin on a boat and like freezing the water so she like has a way to go.
Yeah.
Travel.
I think this was like right after they blew up the rescue ship too.
Yeah.
And he saw it and he was like, that is not right.
Yeah, that's yeah. Yeah, and he makes like a direct a lane for her to just sail to the next island. so she can survive. Yeah. And that's her sad backstory. And basically no one wants to take her in because she has a bounty. Or people try to take her in so they can turn her in. So she's just like running this whole time until she meets Crocodile, I guess.
Yeah. And even then, Crocodile only used her because she was useful. And like we saw what happened at the end of that too, where they tried to kill each other.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yep. It is sad. What did you think, Realm?
This particular part I did not tear up at. I surprisingly went through it fine. I was actually a little more interested of the effort that they did to get all the books out of the giant tree, which they show like right after. They say, "Captain, look, it's an entire lake of books. Like, looks like they threw all of them," and then you can clearly see like that's all they had time for.
Yeah, but they did manage to save some. It's just like, damn, that is some level of commitment to like die for your life's work.
Yeah, it makes sense. I don't know. It sucks that she was just branded just because of like all like the world government's such denial of whatever happened. Because the guy initially got shot, but I feel like the Marines are kind of like the clones from Star Wars, because they're like, he knows too much, kill him, and then he clearly is not dead. So I don't know what they did, but it clearly wasn't effective.
Yeah.
So they needed like an entire armada just to like, destroy the entire island.
Yeah. And while I do think Oda is really thoughtful with these kinds of discussions, it's like, is it okay to have information be in the world, even if some people could use it for evil? And like the archaeologists are like, well, it should be in the world so we can like learn from our mistakes, but some people don't think that way. So clearly the Marines don't think that way. Yeah.
And it's crazy too, because like Professor Clover, the main professor in Ohara, does have like some theories. Like right before he gets shot and killed, he like gets to talk to some of the government leaders through the Dendenmushi, through the phone. He's like, okay, before you kill me though, can I present my theory of like the poneglyphs are written on this like indestructible material that has lasted throughout all these ages. So whoever wrote this down clearly wanted this message to survive through any sort of destruction, meaning they had an enemy. And that enemy disappeared right around the time the world government was formed. So, and also the country's name was, and then he gets shot.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's like, oh wait, world building, history, war, yes.
Yeah, I did think it was a good backstory for that. It just shows like how much Robin has like suffered throughout her whole life. But also lots of backstory, world building backstory, on the world. Yeah. I don't know. It was good.
So good.
And now we can get back to the intense stuff again, the intense action.
And this world government is like what's holding Robin back and gonna chase her to the ends of the earth.
Yeah.
And Luffy's like, I understand now. I get who your enemy is.
Yeah. Yeah, and doesn't Saul say, like, someday you're gonna meet friends who care about you, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just keep laughing.
Just keep going.
Laugh the silly laugh.
Yeah. Laugh your silly laugh.
Yeah. And she's trying to laugh, but she's crying as she rides away.
Oh,
Yeah.
Man, this arc is done really well in the anime, too. It's so good.
Yeah.
Her laugh, it's like burned into my like ears for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Like, it's so sad.
That's so wonderful, though. Oh gosh. Because it's really moving. I think. Especially if I was to watch this, like read these chapters or watch the anime as it was coming out, it would have affected me like crazy. But since I could read it all, it still affected me. But I wasn't like on the edge of my seat because I knew I could just read the next chapter.
Yeah. Right.
I didn't read this when it was coming out, but I could only imagine. Oh my god. Week to week. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, so then back on the two towers, courthouse and the other tower, they're facing each other and they're like, oh, what is it? Spandam, I don't know, Spandam's like taunting them. Oh yeah, he's like, there's no way that the Marines will ever get me. You're stupid. That's dumb. And then he like points to like the flag. And then
Oh yeah.
he's like, haha, this flag is my flag. It's good flag. Sorry. And Luffy's like, oh, okay. Yo, Sniper King, shoot down that flag. And then they do it.
And he's like, no, my flag.
No, my flag. Yeah. But it's cool. It's like, now that's like the start of the war.
Yeah. Oh, I never noticed this until the reread. But Luffy clearly has a lot of respect for people's flags. Not only like his own flag back in the day, but also like Chopper's flag on Drum Island.
Mm-hmm.
And also like taking Foxy's flag at the end of Long Ring Long Land.
Mm-hmm.
So clearly he knows that a flag actually means a lot. But here he's still like, shoot it down because like, fuck you.
Yeah, because fuck you. Yeah.
Like, your flag means a lot to you, but I don't like you.
Yeah.
But I don't
Robin
like you.
cried, like, die.
Yeah, you made Robin cry.
Yeah.
You want to kill her. Die.
And then Robin finally realizes that like they are willing to like literally fight the entire world to get her back. And she's finally like, please, I want to live.
Yeah.
I want to live. Get that.
Oh,
Yeah,
gosh.
she's like, take
So
me
good.
back
I'm
out to
tearing up
sea
now.
with you.
Ah.
Yeah. It's like, oh.
That is probably one of the saddest, like the most emotional moments when she says that. It's like
Both the English and like Japanese dub do it so well too, right, Dawn?
I was
Oh.
so blown away by the English dub for that scene. Like Robin's voice actor kills it. Like obviously knew exactly what she needed to do there. It's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And the
Aw.
manga, I don't think I've ever read the manga for this until now, but like the full page of her yelling that, I knew it was coming, but like I was like, oh, they know. It's like you turn the page and it's like the full shot of her yelling that. It's so good. Like God,
Yeah.
he's so good at what he does. How did
And
Yeah.
Oda adds like extra shading to those really like big moments
Yes.
too.
Yeah. Oh my God.
He really wants it to hit you hard.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
does. Yeah, he's really good. He's really good at pulling at your heartstrings.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. It's like a criticism I hear about One Piece sometimes is like, oh, it's over exaggerated that it's hard to take seriously. But I'm like, it's so weird because I guess just somebody who grew up with like cartoons and comics, it's like that stuff I get more invested when it's over the top like that. So
Yeah.
when they cry and like Robin is like snot running down her nose, like it's not like beautiful girl crying. It's like she's like this is like a
This is
huge
how
vulnerable
people
moment.
cry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's like
Yeah.
so
They
much.
ugly cry.
Yeah,
Why
I'm
wouldn't
so,
she cry?
I'm so much more invested in it because of it's how like over the top it is, like in terms
Yeah.
of like showing emotion at least.
Yeah. Well, I think that's
Oh,
fine
man.
too. I think
And
it's
then
good.
also like whatchamacallit, like if this series was like drawn realistically, it would be super freaking depressing. Like, oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
that's true.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
it definitely needs that
yeah,
that cartoonish
all the silly
edge.
fight scenes, you have to have them in between this because there's some
Yeah.
real sad stuff.
I know.
Ah,
Literally, it's like a group of orphans sailing the ocean and being
Yeah.
chased by like evil people. Like, what the hell?
mhm.
It's like a group of orphans.
I'm right.
I never thought about that.
It is though. Yeah.
Like, wait, do any of the Straw Hats have parents?
I guess like, oh no, Usopp's mom is like a thing, right? Like,
Yeah, Usopp's mom died,
She died.
yeah,
Yeah.
forgot about that.
and his dad is a deadbeat. So like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh. Well, I mean, Chopper's family might be alive, but I guess they don't really matter. But
Yeah, they're not his real family anymore.
yeah,
like,
they're not his real
they
family.
abandoned
I was like,
him.
yeah,
They
like
ate
the
a human
weird-
food.
Yeah, I was gonna say that the random like shitty deers. Yeah.
Yes.
Fuck those guys.
They don't matter, so it's okay.
But our real family, our real One Piece crew, they all jump off the building onto Rocket Man because Kokoro
yeah.
calls them and is like, "Hey, I got Rocket Man running up again. Get ready to jump."
Yeah, she
Oh,
like
yeah.
kicks them over. The whole time the Frankie family, I think, is like trying to pull the levers of the drawbridge.
Yeah, but they're fighting against a bunch of people, and
mhm.
it gets stuck anyway because they like break the lever and they like jam it. But then they just like use it as a ramp to get over, and they fly over.
Yeah, they just fly over it, which is fun.
And then like Spandam sees it, and is like, "Oh shit, they're here already! What?" I think
Yeah.
it's like, "All right, we need to get her like over to the Gates of Justice."
Yeah, and Spandam starts to like drag Robin away, but Frankie's like, no.
Oh yeah. And then Frankie also is like, you know what? I believe in these people. I have these plans for Pluton, but I trust that like Nico Robin is not a bad person. So I don't need these plans anymore. I don't need them to fall into your hands either. So he actually burns them.
Oh yeah.
It's also like kind of a low-key underrated moment.
Yeah, it's a great screw you moment too. Yeah. Gosh, yeah, he burns it to say, yeah, he's betting on the Straw Hats' victory, right? Yeah. Yeah, if they lose and Robin has taken, the world will end. But if they win, Spandam will be left with nothing.
This is what we can all like hope for.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh gosh, and so they do that. The train.
Is this also where Frankie breaks free? Like, I think they
he's
like
totally
kick him down.
Yeah, he's broken free because he can. That's how he can burn the,
Yeah.
the blueprints.
I think doesn't he get like kicked down to where the Straw Hats are, or?
Yeah, he gets the train catches him, and he like.
Oh yeah.
He goes on the train, and then Robin's left alone with Spandam. Sadly.
Gross.
But,
Gross.
Yeah,
No one wants to be left alone with Spandam.
No. Although I like his elephant.
Oh
yeah.
sword.
Okay.
Yeah.
The elephant, Funkfried, that is a good character, but Spandam, fuck that guy.
Yes, I love the elephant that can turn into a sword. That's so silly, and I want it.
No, you don't understand, Trips.
Oh no?
It's not an elephant that can turn into a sword. It's a sword that can turn into an elephant.
Oh my god.
It's always the
Oh.
The
elephant
sword
I think
ate
it
the
is.
elephant fruit.
Oh. I guess I didn't realize.
Yeah, it's like what was the gun ate like the dogs?
Yeah, the
and
dog
fruit.
fruit. Yeah, back in Arabasta.
Yeah.
Gosh, yeah. So then the Rocket Man shoots over there and it crashes, I think, at some point, right? Or it stops.
Rocket Man
At least.
MVP, it like went all the way.
Yes. Yeah, that stops at the beginning of the stairs, and the Chapapa guy is there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, which I don't know. We haven't really said this yet, but when we started these chapters, Realm, Toto, and I were all reading it out loud, and Realm gave him the best voice ever, and I can only hear it in that voice. Can you please explain the voice?
So I just decided that it was great to have Carl Weezer make an appearance on One Piece. So, well, for this, so first I tried it out with Foxy on Long Land.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, well, the guy here is obtuse, and I could most certainly use it at this point. So
yeah,
we chop a pod to the best of them.
Chop papa.
Can you give us a like chop up pie? Your punches are weak pansy punches.
Oh, do I? I think I might have a screenshot.
A good quote from him.
Oh wait, can I give you guys the quote that I showed you before that he was like Spider-Man?
Yes.
Okay, so for people who are not looking, because I have my iPad in front of me. So when they get into the building before they split off, Mr. Chapapa is hanging on the wall like Spider-Man, explaining to the Straw Hats that, the situation. Eventually they find out they need to get different keys, which is why they get into their different fights, yada yada yada. Okay, so there you go. Cool. Chapapa, so you made it to Enies Lobby. But even if you go into the next room, Nico Robin is no longer there.
Thank you.
You just take her to the Gate of Justice.
Oh my gosh.
So the suspense just of Mr. Chapapa hit new heights. I hope
And I have no idea what this character actually sounds like, but that's what they sound like now.
I'm glad,
Yeah,
I'm glad
literally.
he came back later. I forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm convinced that the anime voice is wrong now. That is the way he should sound.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a big balloon man. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Mhm. Oh, I think I pulled out like 6 or 7 voices that night. I was
It was great.
top form.
Oh man, and he's like gross chin hairs. Like I feel like Carl Weezer, if he became an adult, would have gross chin hairs.
Oh my god,
Oh,
literally.
Yeah.
You know?
Butt chin, five straps of hair.
Yeah.
You know?
So yeah, Fukuro, he explains that Robin's being taken to the gates of justice by Spandam and Rob Lucci, yeah, and that the CP9 have been given orders to eliminate them. They all have like their own key, and like one of the keys will unlock her handcuffs. But they have to defeat them all before they can get rid of the handcuffs, because what if they get the wrong key?
Yeah.
Doom.
And the handcuffs are made of the sea stone, so she can't use her powers.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I hate the sea stone. It's a
Yeah.
fun way to do that. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Yep.
Also, I changed my little avatar thing in this stream.
Yes, it's so cute. I love it.
It is kind of to the left a little bit.
Yeah, I'll move it over. Sorry.
I think it's just because I like I recentered it on the PNG canvas thing.
You're just like kicking Realm.
What I ever do to you? Is it
It's
the
really
Weezer?
cute.
No wonder there's creases in my
Getting
jacket.
exercise.
Sheesh.
Don's got
Sheesh,
the
man.
kicking powers now. Yeah, I love
Yeah, the
it.
kiku.
Are you okay, Realm? He seems to be kicking your shoulder there.
Yeah, I'm getting
I'm trying to get
creases.
your
And I don't
attention,
know
come
why. Well, you want more voice impressions? $5.
$5.
For you, my friend, $4.99.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh gosh,
Jeez.
with the story. I have to, yeah, basically it's more fight scenes. But I really like before we get into them, I just want to like mention that I really liked how everyone shows off like a new, like, they just show off more flair of themselves. Like, if not a new power, just more strokes of genius or smartness. In most of these fights, I thought that was cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like
one thing
Nami's
I
a
like
lot.
about all these fight scenes is how they switch the matchups. Like they start off fighting people that they really can't deal with, but then someone else in the crew can deal with them.
Yeah,
And like everyone has a role to play.
yeah,
Mhm.
That's
Everyone
really-
has weaknesses they can't overcome, and that's okay.
yeah, and everyone works as a team.
Mhm.
and the
As
way
opposed to
it,
like CP9, who really doesn't work together at all.
No, they don't. Yeah.
and the way it transitions between their fights is really seamless. It's fun. It's like something happens that causes another character to interact with somebody else, and it's like
Oh yeah.
it's so cool. Yeah, I love Nami's fight in this. This is so cool.
Yeah.
And like the way she didn't like, everyone beats their opponents, but she like kind of owns that bitch. like she's like the only one that just like completely owns her. Like everyone else, like, you know, has to go fucking like ape shit to like beat their CP9 person.
Yeah. Yeah, Nami like outsmarts her really.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it turns out she's kind of stupid. Like, I know there's like a few moments that she like doesn't realize something. It's like, what a ditz.
Yeah, well, what a dummy. Yeah.
Okay, so let's go through like I guess by the CP9 members
Oh
Like-
yeah.
how their fights go. I guess.
The first one.
I'm just gonna go to the bathroom while you guys do that.
Oh,
It's
we could take a small break. That's okay.
Alright. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
you
We'll
got
take a
a snack.
small
Good
like
1 hour.
break, and when we're all back, we will come back and talk more about this arc.
About the fights.
The fights. Yeah. Let me turn
Big
off the
fights.
mics. Back to here. Ta-da! Okay. Hello. We're back. We are back. I think Trips has been watching How to Train Your Gowns. I have been. Yeah, but I haven't watched. I haven't watched the Water 7 one yet, so I'm a little behind. But yeah.
Yeah. It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah. And I don't watch Murphy's because she's read it all.
Yeah.
Yeah. But someday I'll watch more One Piece YouTubers.
when we're all caught up.
Yeah, when I'm all caught up. Well, it's nice with
It's
Gavin.
like the content is locked behind a paywall.
Yeah, right. It's nice with Gavin because Gavin is just reading it now. But
Yeah.
In any case,
there probably are YouTubers that are entirely about One Piece, huh? Like, there's enough here
Oh,
to
yeah.
suffice an
plenty.
entire channel.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I never thought of that.
It's fun. Also, I've seen quite a few like people that they do book content mostly. They started reading One Piece, and that's what gets them into manga, and then they just start reading manga a ton, and it's really fun.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I recommend not looking it up on YouTube because there's a lot of spoilers. There's a
Yeah.
lot of people who just put spoilers in the thumbnails too, which is like,
Oh, yeah.
I get it. It's for like, the hustle of getting there
It's for the
first and
hustle.
getting the money, but like,
Yeah.
I don't want my friends being spoiled.
Yeah.
I want to see
Have
their
the
honest,
spoilers
goodness
there for
reaction.
have the spoilers there for your subscribers, and then like 2 days later take them off or something.
Yeah.
Because then at least people later searching for it won't find it. That's how I would do it.
That kind of reminds me of like years ago when people would do like, oh my god, Call of Duty 19 trailer here now, and then like put God knows what in the thumbnails, and we're like, wait a minute, why does that look familiar?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I avoid it. I like turn off. Like I'm like, you can't suggest One Piece to me. What YouTube? Stop.
Yeah. I'm not interested or whatever.
Not interested, even though I am.
Seriously.
I'll get back to you in a few months,
Yeah.
a few years, question mark, whenever I finish this.
Yeah. All right. So I think Toto's suggestion was a good idea, just to go through each member of the CP9 and then like talk about the fights that involve them, rather than each event. Although we probably will just talk about each event in the end because it just goes back and forth really fast.
Yeah.
Between
Yeah,
the
that would help.
fights. Yeah.
Okay, so who should we start with? Pick a fight, any fight, except for Rob Lucci, I guess, because that one should probably be at the end.
Yeah. He can be at the end.
Well, first one you see is Chapapa and Frankie.
Yeah, Frankie.
Yeah.
Fukudo
Let's go through
fight.
that fight.
Yeah. Oh, I love this one too, because
Okay, so what do you guys think of this fight?
It felt like a fight between siblings.
Yeah.
Honestly. Like, no, you say I stink. No, you stink. No, I don't stink. You stink. But you have fancy punches. No, you do.
And they just keep like punching each other, but like you can see Frankie's getting tired because he used one whole bottle of cola to do the big fart from before, and now he's out of energy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I think last month, Realm had asked like, does he drink the cola or is he actually powered by the cola? And this time we got answers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like he starts like powering down, but Chopper shows up and like he's shoved that one dude into the fridge, but he like keeps like going into it to try to find the cola for Frankie. But he keeps giving him like different things that like have different effects on Frankie. It's very weird. Like the tea makes him calm or whatever.
You think what you
And
look
the
is
vegetable
spotted
juice.
Yeah, he turns
And the
into like
vegetable juice makes him a hippie, and he's like, vegetable time.
yeah, it's very weird. And then he eventually gets the cola and can beat the poop out of Fukudo.
Yeah.
Oh, it helps him anyway. They go over the water and they're like gonna fall.
Oh wait, before that, Frankie reveals another one of his really dumb moves. His
Oh,
homing missiles.
yes, I love
Is
that.
that where the shoulders come up or whatever?
He was like, I don't like doing this move because it dislocates my shoulders.
Yeah,
And Chopper's just there like, don't do it then. That sounds awful.
yeah, just don't do it then.
And he's like, you can't escape these. These are heat-seeking missiles. And then he just like runs after him and just shoots at him.
Yes, and
Like he's the one seeking him.
yep, they are seeking missiles technically. I don't know why. I'm so charmed by how dumb Frankie is.
Yeah, but then they get carried over the water because Figaro tries to knock him into like the abyss that like Enies Lobby is hanging over.
Yeah, but he like makes it so like, oh well, I'll take you down if you don't like float back to the building with me. And then at some point he uses his fart power again.
Yeah, Figaro starts spinning. He's like, I'm going to crush you into the side of the building.
Oh, yeah.
And then he uses the fart to stop it.
Yeah.
And then fires his, like, coup de burst or coup de whatever.
Yeah, coup de burst, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Into
funny.
his face and knocks him into the ground and takes his key.
Yeah, takes his key, yep. I don't know why Frankie makes me laugh so much. I feel like a 10-year-old reading his fights.
I feel like he's literally what like a 10-year-old or a 6-year-old would say a robot can do, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're like, I'm gonna build the coolest robot. He's gonna have
such a
powerful
fun
parts.
Yeah.
And his arm has a chain in it, because I saw that in the TV show. And there's cannon to his shoulders, and he can turn into a centaur, but it's his front legs that come out, not his back legs.
Yeah. Yeah, that really, and he's powered on cola. He really is like the kid's idea of a robot. Yeah. So that's that fight. Next, I guess like Zoro and Sniper King are like they kind of end up having the same fight. Well, not the same fight, but Zoro's fighting Kaku, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Sniper King is fighting the other guy. What's his name?
Jabra.
Jabra, yeah.
Yeah, and then Jabra pretends to be like sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
And Usopp's like trying to sneak up and take the key. Then he sees a rooster. And he's like, oh no, the rooster's gonna crow.
Mm-hmm.
The rooster, the loudest animal ever. And the rooster's like, cheep cheep. And Usopp's like, what the hell is that? And then that wakes Jabra.
And then it wakes him up, yeah. Oh, Usopp.
Zoro is fighting Kaku, and Kaku's like, actually, I have 4 swords now, because my legs are swords too, because I can use Rankaku with the gale wind legs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he cuts the whole building in half.
Well, first he transforms into a giraffe, and then they fall through the ceiling to, like, Jabra's room.
Yeah, my predictions were right.
Yeah, there's just a big giraffe, and he's like, whoops, I didn't mean to turn into a full giraffe, I meant to go into my, like, giraffe man beast form.
Whoops. Yeah, and so now we have a weird devil fruit giraffe man.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Jabra's the wolf man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's a wolf man. And they're both like fighting separately for a little bit. But then oh gosh. They see like Usopp goes and grabs the handcuffs. And then one way or another, I think because Zoro tries to push him out of the way, they end up getting both handcuffed together.
Yeah.
That was
he tries to slingshot the handcuffs onto one of the CP9 members, but then
he misses, yeah.
Kaku transforms into his half form, and it's a really square-looking giraffe because he has a square nose to begin with.
And it's very distracting.
And then that's when Kaku like does his like sky slicer move where he like spins around really stupidly with his long giraffe body and cuts the whole building in half horizontally.
Yeah.
And Zoro pushes Usopp out of the way. But then the handcuffs that had landed on Zoro because Usopp got distracted by the stupid looking giraffe are now like handcuffing them together and they can't get it off because they don't have the key.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then Jabra and like Kaku really don't want to fight together. They don't want to work together. They're just like, yeah, okay. So if we can unlock you, we'll just unlock you so we can fight you guys separately. But then they don't have the right keys. So they're like, oh well.
The right key.
Oh well.
They're like, well,
I guess we'll just pull you both.
Yeah, I like that the best solution was for Sniper King to become the sword.
Yeah, they had a lot of dumb solutions. These two himbos are tied together.
Yep.
And then Zoro's like, okay, here's the plan. One of us, we do rock, paper, scissors, one of us cuts her hand off and then runs to Chopper and has him sew it back on.
Because, Chopper shows up at some point and they're like, yo, Chopper, get the right key.
Yeah, go get the key for us.
Yeah, and he's like, okay. Oh, gosh.
Yeah. And eventually they do end up getting the right key and getting it off.
Yeah. They do, and then they have their...
Is it Nami that gives it to them? Not Chopper at the end?
Yeah, Nami ends up getting it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think Khalifa had it, but... Yeah. They do. They get it off, and then they both fight separately.
Well...
Kinda.
Kind of, yeah.
They all tag team in and out.
Yeah, I guess let's talk about the Zoro versus Kaku fight since
yeah.
we're here.
Yeah.
What did you think of Dumb Giraffe Man? Square
Oh
Giraffe
gosh,
Man.
it's really weird.
So
Like,
many cool moves.
yeah, I mean, the thing is, I have to hand it to Kaku. He's like really owning it because he has no choice but to own it. And he's like, no, it's cool. I like my powers. And he's like kind of figuring it out as he goes along, but he's still super powerful. And even when he messes up and Zoro like slightly gets an upper hand, like he's like Zoro's helping him come up with power names and stuff like that as they're going along. It's really silly, honestly.
Yeah, or he'll be like, here's my new move.
Yeah.
And he like does nose cannon. And he's like, here's another new move. And he does nose cannon again. And then Zoro's just like, you already did that. That's not a new move.
Yeah, that's not new.
you didn't think of a new move yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, his nose cannon is so strong that he can shoot his giraffe nose out like a slingshot and like actually make a square hole in like rocks.
Yeah. And he like flails his head all around
Yeah.
at one point.
And then he turns into a perfect cube at one point too.
Oh yeah.
He's like, I have the perfect defense. You will never hit my long neck now. And he like twists his neck like all robotic like.
Yeah.
So cute. And he like flails his tiny little limbs, his giraffe limbs. They make little Renkaku, little like sword beam shards that like bounce off the ceiling to hit Zoro.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Yeah, this man is creative, but man is he huffing the copium.
He sure is.
Yeah, he's getting the most out of anyone's
He is-
powers in this
yeah.
series so far.
Yeah, I think it's because Kaku like doesn't his like facial expressions don't change very much. So it doesn't he looks like he's just like taking it like he's just taking it in stride, but based on what he's saying you can tell he's like kind of struggling.
Yeah.
But in the end, gosh, I don't remember. Zoro just ends up getting him with his God, what is the power called?
9-sword style Asura.
Yeah, 9-sword. Ooh, Asura. Yeah, because like he makes it look like there's like a million. He has a bunch of swords, and he is really cool and gets him.
And he like is able to like cut through the big sword beam and everything.
Yeah, and he has one of the keys, so he takes it.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then he also is like, because earlier on, Polly was like, when you see those guys again, tell them they're fired. He's like, hey,
Oh yeah.
fired, which is like such a cool line after he beats Kaku.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
You're
He's such
fired.
a badass.
And Kaku's like, I guess assassins can never find other work, huh? And he like passes out.
Yeah. Haha, you're fired.
Pretty fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
I like how how he cut the entire building in half, and then that is like an environmental effect that's happening for like the rest of the arc too.
Oh, it is. It's like a problem.
Yeah, it's like a big problem.
Uh-huh. It is. I guess talk about Nami's fight, we have to talk about Sanji first fighting her.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And Jabra.
Jabra.
Sexy girl.
Jabra. Yeah, Sanji fights Jabra in the end, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But he fights Khalifa first.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
guess we can talk about Khalifa first, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure, I guess.
So, what do you guys think about Khalifa? She's
I mean, she's kind of hot, but she's kind of dumb too.
This might be
Yeah.
like the horniest Oda's gotten, maybe.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, for sure.
like the way she like rubs all around people to make them into soap. I was like, I forgot about that part. What the
Yeah,
hell?
I was
Oda?
like, oh, that's a power. Okay.
I mean, I bet it feels pretty good. She is like
Made us
naturally
soap.
lubricating. I mean, she's so.
Oh yeah, I guess you're right. Oh no.
But yeah,
That
she's
stupid image,
pretty
like,
dumb.
God, I wish that were me.
Yeah, she's very confident in her powers.
Yeah.
That she can beat everybody else is like worse than her. Which I think makes her mess up. One of the reasons anyway. But she does end up Sanji fights her for a little while, but he like doesn't want to kick women, so he's not doing very well, and then she
That's
like
so-
makes him all shiny and pushes him off a cliff.
Yeah, pushes them up the stairs.
Big ol'
To,
bubble.
like,
Up the stairs, yeah.
yeah, into the center. And then
Yeah.
Nami is like, Sanji, what the heck?
Yeah.
Oh, you can't hit women, huh?
Huh. Well, all right.
And
guess.
he's all like, I'll never hit a woman.
Yeah.
Shut up, Sanjay.
Oh, Sanji, you're so cool. Stop being like that. Except for that part, yeah. And meanwhile, Nami had been like trying to hide from the yo guy. But that was like her cue to like leave because she didn't want to fight him.
Yeah, she was just getting owned by him.
Yeah. Getting owned by him. And so Chopper ends up fighting him, but I guess we'll talk about that later. So she goes up and starts to fight Khalifa. Oh gosh, and gosh, her weird soap power is so weird. I was like,
Yeah, and she like takes a bat in the middle of
yeah, she
fighting.
takes some baths.
That's what I was saying.
She's,
I
like,
was like,
super
damn.
horny.
I was like, damn, Oda. Like, what?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I watched one reviewer say like, actually, there's a lot of nudity in One Piece, but it's like we haven't seen that much nudity. We've seen like one
No.
bat scene in like Arabasta, and then now.
Mhm.
That's about
honestly,
it.
that bat scene in Alabasta is pretty like tame for the most part. It's like not
Yeah.
that. It's not that like anime like
Yeah.
horny.
But,
But
this
this-
is pretty horny.
Yeah, I was like, this is a little bit. I was like, whoa, Oda is like, like, a little desperate right now. Like, what's going on? Like projecting here.
Yeah. The porno music plays in the background.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so I guess like when it cuts back to Nami fighting Khalifa, she's like paralyzed on the ground, right? But then she like gets her strength back quickly throughout it. And they explain the weird Khalifa bubble thing.
Yeah.
So
I will say one thing about like the fan service though. At least here, the woman is doing it of her own accord. It's not like they're peeping at her or like she doesn't want to be seen.
Mhm.
It's like she's using her like sexuality as an advantage.
No, that's true. I did think some of the
At the very
posing,
least.
in Nami's fight with the guy with the hair, I was like, what a great combo. Like Oda
No,
chose
that
for
was bad touch. That was bad touch. I hate Kumadori. Oh my goodness, he's my least favorite.
Yeah, he's weird.
yeah. Yeah. Gosh. Oh.
Yeah, but then Nami is using new lightning powers with her upgraded climate attack.
Yeah.
But like the soap will make you all slippery and you can't stand up properly.
Yeah.
And Khalifa also turns into an animal, a very dumb looking animal with soap sheep.
Oh
Where
yeah.
she uses her arms to
yeah.
look like the horns of the sheep and the bubbles of the wool.
But and then she also just turns into a bar of soap at one point.
Oh yeah, she just literally turns into a bar of soap.
Yeah, like as a shield.
Yeah.
What? All these fights are really weird and silly.
I know. It's like they look so cool, but then it's like they're actually kind of dumb.
Yep.
I liked it. It definitely gave them character. They're like, oh, I guess I gotta just deal with my powers. This is what it is.
Yep.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is true. It's. I don't know how much. I can't really even like. I don't know. I don't know how much use he got out of this, but it is an interesting concept. That this is like the. I don't know if it's the only time. This is like one of the first instances we've seen people get devil fruit abilities within like a few hours of them using it. So it's like them like growing accustomed to using it like while they're fighting. But some of them felt like they had it for a while, like they knew exactly what to do with it. But these guys, I guess, are professionals.
Right.
So they adapted fast.
I mean, it is our first time seeing people actually eat devil fruit in the present. Like, we've actually never seen that in the series till now.
That's true. We haven't. And they just kind of adapted pretty well. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, even though they're kind of struggling, I think the powers they got suited what they wanted, I suppose. Or, like, maybe not Kaku.
Did they? Did they, though?
Maybe not Kaku. But he's dealing with it.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, that was loud. I don't know. I guess Khalifa was fine with it, though.
Yeah. She's like, this is perfect.
Imagine you just always have a bubble bath when you go bathing.
Be cool.
You know.
Oh, yeah.
But also, when you try to wash your hands, you can never get the soap off.
Okay, that sounds awful.
So I think in the end, Nami ends up using like her mirage trick with the with her cloud tempo thing.
Yeah,
Looks like
dodge
little
the
Nami.
hits.
Yeah.
And little Nami, fat Nami, tall Nami, muscular Nami. They're all
It was
there. The
goofy.
whole crew's here.
Yeah, the whole crew is there.
Yeah, Nami should just start her own pirate crew.
Yeah, she could.
Yeah.
I love the way he dropped the little one. It's really cute.
Yeah. And she like tricks her basically and uses the giant lightning attack on her.
Yeah, she fires like illusion lightning too, so it's like 1 in 5 is actual lightning, so you can't even tell.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
But then she does get soaked, and her legs are like kind of stuck, and she like can't get up because her legs are all slippery. But then Chopper shows up, Monster Chopper, which we haven't talked about
Monster
yet.
Chopper
Comes
shows
in.
up.
And then Kalima looks at him and he's like, "You can turn into a monster, so that you were hiding this power." And then she's like, "Wait, that's not me."
I was definitely not tricked. I don't know what you're talking about.
And then Nami just ignores her. It's like, "Chopper, are you okay?"
Yeah, are you okay? But it helps her out because it dries off her like a little bit. So she realizes how to break free of the soapy problems.
She had the case of the suds.
The soapy
Oh
problem.
yeah, that's
It's like,
fine.
oh, what do I say here?
It's the slippery predicament.
Yes, the slippery predicament.
It's a knee slapper.
To get delubed.
Oh gosh. But yeah. And she just gets electrocuted and Nami's like, haha, just gets her key.
It's like these like government crazy high-end government people just got like bested by some girl with a like weather rod.
Right. I mean, I think it is good because Nami is smart though, so she like is good at being strategic about her moves.
No, that's cool.
I think her weapon fits her very well.
Yeah.
She's very much like she understands the weather patterns, and that's why she's able to use them.
Nami is so cute. There were so many like frames in this manga. I just really love the way he draws Nami's face. She's just so cute. Like, I love the way he draws like the girl character's eyes. Great.
They're like extra round.
Yeah. There was like they did like a thing where he had like the little picture that was like where everyone is right now. And I really liked the way he drew Nami's little like head shot thing on the top. It was just so simple. I don't know if you can tell, but I really like simple art styles, so it's really cute to see it like simplified like that.
Yeah, I think I took a screenshot of that. I liked it too. Yeah. I also took a screenshot of Oda saying like what all the members smell like. So it's like, why did you write this?
Gets asked a lot of questions.
I think it was because they were asking like, how does Chopper smell them?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Chopper,
that's
like,
true.
check their scent, and then Chopper like can't smell himself because you never smell yourself.
Yeah,
know what
he doesn't know what he smells like. Yeah. Yeah. Really. And Luffy smells like meat. Anyway.
Of course. I guess we should talk about Chopper too. That
yeah, because
Chopper does show up here.
Yeah, because initially Nami's fighting Yoi guy, and then Chopper ends up tagging out to fight that guy instead. And they kind of just do it's like a Hanna-Barbera running around thing for a little while for both of them. I think they're just like running around and avoiding each other, but then Chopper like locks him into the fridge for like a hot minute. But then after that,
Kumadori eats all the food in the fridge and gets fat enough to break out of the fridge.
It's very weird.
It's creative.
Yeah.
He has this like life return power that lets him control like his body size, so he can go back to being normal and control his hair. Just like really gross.
It's strange.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Chopper's doing his best, but he's not quite enough to beat this guy, Kumadori. Yeah, and he uses like his rumble powers to his rumble ball powers to like level up and be more powerful. It's not quite enough, and he's already taken 2, and then he does 3. Even though there's a flashback with him with Dr. Kudeha being like, "Don't ever do that again."
Oh yeah.
But he does it anyway. And he turns into Monster Chopper. Monster Point, I suppose, what it's called. And he doesn't really know what's going on. Like, he doesn't have, like, consciousness, I guess, that he's doing things, but he just, like, instantly beats up Kumadori after that, pretty much.
Yeah, just, like, crushes him.
Yeah.
And he just kind of, like, slaps him into the ground. It's just
He's
like, no.
goodbye.
He's like, haha, no.
No. But then he doesn't really know what he's doing, so he just starts, like, fighting whatever.
Yeah, he starts hitting people. Doesn't he? Wait, does he like hit like Frankie? Who's it? I know he like.
Frankie comes back up after beating Fukuro, and he's like, "Wait, is that the reindeer dude from before? Because he has the same hat."
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm really glad they don't dwell. Like everyone recognized him as Chopper. I kept thinking, I was like, oh, they're gonna do that like kind of generic media thing where everyone's gonna be like, what is that thing? Even though it kind of has like a discerning feature of Chopper.
Right.
But everyone's like, wait, is that Chopper?
Wait,
like
that's
immediately.
Chopper. Yeah. Yeah. What else would look like that though? You know, I don't know.
No, it's smart. I could see other pieces of media just being like, why don't they know that?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think Frankie gets like punched or like a little bit, or at least he gets swung at by Chopper.
Yeah. And then Chopper starts climbing the building, and the building starts like shaking more because it's been cut in half.
Yeah,
and reaches Nami's place, and Frankie like climbs up to try and like deal with this too.
Mm-hmm.
So Frankie ends up basically using another coup de burst to like blast him and Chopper into the water. Because the water cancels out the devil fruit power, so it can go back to normal.
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, I didn't think about that. I was like, what are they going to do? Are they just going to knock him out? But I guess water is a faster solution.
I like that Frankie was creative. It really like it really emphasized how much of a help that like they needed for like everyone was creative in their own ways, but Frankie was just like, oh, like I grew up having to deal with everything myself, so like he knows what to do for a lot.
Yeah.
Did it explain how he knew that? I guess assume he would know that, but like he doesn't. Like, does he know anyone with devil fruit abilities? I just thought about that.
That's a good point.
I mean, I guess maybe it's common knowledge, but
maybe
he probably has met other people with devil fruit powers though, because he lives in like a port city.
Yeah, I was gonna say he lives in like the Grand Line, technically, right? So yeah, I'm sure he has. I don't know. I just like would have been interesting. Like that seems like something that Oda would have wrote like a line of dialogue, be like, "Oh, that's like that one guy I met in that one part," and like a frame of flashback.
I feel like that would be too many flashbacks though, because we already got one from Monster Chopper.
Yeah, we'll get like one immediately where it's an entire like 2-chapter flashback where he meets some guy with devil fruit ability.
Yeah, it's like, oh gosh, okay, well.
I do think this is a big character moment for Chopper too, because Chopper, for the longest time, was like called a monster by everyone, and he hated it.
Yeah.
And here he's like, I'm about to die anyway. At least I can like die for my friends and like give it everything I got.
Yeah.
Even if I have to become a monster.
Yeah, like he kept. I don't know. It was very sweet because everyone's like, we want to save Robin, but every time like Chopper would feel a little down and feel like he couldn't do it, he would just always be like, but I gotta do it for Robin. And I don't know why, it was just very like sweet.
Yeah, I really like Robin and Chopper have a really cute dynamic.
Yeah.
Like they obviously were like both kind of like the book smart people.
Yeah.
So you could tell they got along. It was cute.
Yeah.
That's true.
But also like Chopper, even from Water 7, is like shown to be like a very caring person. Like he's the one who gave Usopp medicine after Luffy and Usopp's fight.
Yeah, he really cares about it.
Even though Sanji said don't do it, like he still ran and like gave it to them. And then he also warned Usopp with Sanji about Aqua Laguna. When Aqua Laguna was coming, they were just like shouting in earshot of Usopp and like, the tide is rising, you better get to high ground. Yeah. Oh wow. He like really cares about these people he like really just met.
Yeah.
He's never like been to the outside world, but he cares so much about them.
Well, yeah, and he's a doctor, so he wants to help people anyway.
And when he turns into like Monster Chopper, he's like, please don't let anyone else come into this room because I don't want to hurt anyone.
Yeah, I remember him saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chopper's cool.
Oh, Chopper. Yeah, but it is good that he got a fight because I feel like sometimes he doesn't. Or he like they kind of glaze over it.
Yeah, they kind of sideline him sometimes.
Yeah.
He's like
Yeah.
he's like the accessory to a fight.
Like his last real fight was all the way back in like Arabasta.
Yeah.
And even then
Oh
it
no,
was like
he
that was
had like
very
a
much
dumb fight in Skypia with the swamp dude.
Yeah, he does, but it I don't know.
It's kind of lame.
Yeah, it didn't have as much impact, I guess, as this one.
Yeah, these fights are definitely more realized than the fights we've seen so far, I think.
Yeah.
Sometimes it feels like the fights either like get a single chapter or get cut off early or just kind of feel like out of nowhere. Well,
Right.
I think it's not. It's maybe a very few times, but these ones feel very full. Like everything connects very seamlessly in these fights. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, I think it's good because it was like clearly story blocked pretty well because yeah, all the characters are going in and out of fights and stuff. Cool. I guess we can do Jabra then, because I think he's the only one left other than Lucci.
Yeah.
Yeah. So initially, Sniper King is fighting Jabra, and I thought that was a really fun matchup because they even like say it like haven't you ever heard Cried Wolf or whatever? That's Usopp.
Here's the wolf.
Yeah, there's the wolf. But I mean, Usopp doesn't do very well versus him, though, right?
Yeah.
So
He actually gets like pretty impaled too.
Yeah.
By his like claws.
he gets really impaled by his claws because he has like the 10-finger pistol or claw pistol thing. But it's okay because Sanji comes in and helps out.
Yeah.
Because he's dried off one way or another. I don't remember how.
No, the bathtub.
Or the bathtub
gets knocked
falls on
out
him.
of the room from Khalifa's room when Chopper is there, and
Yeah.
it falls on him, and then the water washes the stuff off.
Yeah, so he's all right then.
Yeah. And he comes up, and he's like, "You may be the wolf, but I'm the hunter."
Yeah, because he's.
And he has like cool moments as long as he's like not with a woman. As soon as he's in simp mode, he just like
Yes.
can't do anything.
Yeah, I love how they give like Sanji like the cool badass movie guy lines. Like
Yeah,
It's a
he
little
can
cheesy, but I
be
love
so
it.
cool. I just want that Sanji always, not
Yeah.
simp Sanji.
if he was
Me
dating
too.
Zoro, he wouldn't have.
I
like,
know,
it'd be
right?
like-
If you would just
Wait,
admit it.
oh my goodness. We're tsundere for each other.
he'd just only be like that with Zoro.
hmm
Yeah, exactly. He's the same way to all the women, but he's only angry boy to one person.
To
And that's
one
Yeah,
Zoro.
person.
exactly. Those women are all the same to him in his eyes. Yeah.
I know. They have the one thing stronger than romance: shonen rivalry.
Yeah, it's very true. But yeah, they are fighting on like the stairway area, kind of in the hallway area for a while, and Sanji does get pretty hurt, but in the end he uses his super cool flambe kick to take out Jabra. Let me look up Jabra. I'm just trying to remember what I should say happens. Oh wow, there's so many fights. Oh yeah. Oh, sorry.
Jabra like tries to trick Sanji by saying like, "I'm actually Robin's long lost brother,
Yeah.
and here you can have the key. I don't want to fight anymore."
Yeah.
And then Sanji takes the key and then kicks him anyway. He's like, "Yeah, like I'm falling for that."
Yeah.
Jabra was trying to attack him from behind.
Yeah, like I'm falling for that. And he has like Jabra has like a special ability that he can like move while using his thingy-majigger.
It's like Iron Body.
His Iron Body, yeah. That's what it's called. And so he's like immune to his kicks, but it doesn't matter because Sanji has this new technique, the Diable Jambe.
Yeah,
Where he-
down the jump.
Yeah, where his foot sets on fire and he kicks him a fire kick. And he kicks him all the way down to the ground floor, right?
And takes him out.
Crushing him. Which was cool. I mean, honestly, I still like the way Sanji fights. I think it's so good. I just wish that he was normal. around women.
Yeah, it's decently distracting sometimes. It just sucks because it's like anytime they're in a group, he's like not normal. He's like still just like funny, silly, like hearts in his eyes guy. And it's like, it's kind of like ruining like a decent dynamic they have sometimes. It's like frustrating.
And he's so cool when no one's watching.
Yeah, when
it's cool.
Yeah, it's also it's
But-
frustrating too because you know you can tell. I like when they give him some humility where it's like he's genuinely concerned if Usopp is like okay, or like, you know, he has all these moments, but it's like, you know, it's like this sucky feeling where it's like, you know, if there was like some pretty girl he just met and Usopp was like on the edge of a cliff, he would like step on Usopp's fans to like save the girl. Like,
no, that's not true.
I think he would save his friends, but he would just like, he would do it really fast and not care anymore.
Yeah. it ends up kind of feeling, he feels a little like fake sometimes because of it, but I know he's not. It's like, that's what sucks about it. It's like sometimes the writing is like, this guy sucks. And it's like, no, I don't want to think that.
I get it. I know. Yeah, I don't want to think it either because Sanji still, like, even later on in the story, he does something in the background that really, really helps everyone, but
yeah,
I guess that's kind of just his character. I do the cool things in the background.
yeah.
I do like what he says to Usopp though before he fights Jabra. He's like, "It's okay, Usopp. You couldn't do it, but I'll do what you can't do, and you do what I can't do."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he like kind of like gives him a little like wink. That you can't see him wink because he has one eye covered all the time, so you can't tell he's winking.
Yeah.
Oh, but he's winking.
Yeah, trust me, he was winking. And
Yeah.
it's just like, I get it. I know what I have to
This is
do.
better. We just know.
Yeah. Yeah. Realm.
I also like how they still call him Sniper King. They respect his
identity.
identity.
His decisions.
Yeah, except when
some
he's
of
in
them call
danger
him,
or
like-
they're angry at him, they still revert to Usopp.
Yeah.
They don't ever call him Usopp. They'll call him like Nosop or like some like big nose joke, but they'll never call him Usopp. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's nice of them, I guess.
Yeah.
Realm, what was your favorite fight out of these ones, if you had any? Or which ones I guess you really didn't like, if there was one of
Yeah,
those.
Realm, you're our fight scene
Yeah.
analyst here. What do you think?
Oh, Anna, I like the sound of that. All right. I like the creativity of Nami's fight. I liked the camaraderie with Sniper King, but I liked Zoro's like I like the fact that everybody started to, you know, adapt. Not just the fact that Luffy's the weirdo and he can adapt to any situation. He's like creative that way. Like everybody was able to improve themselves in a way that fits them the best. Like they didn't have to conform to just learning, you know, like the shifting move or learning mirages. Like everyone learned what they could and what helped them a lot. But I liked Zoro's Ashura stance. I think that was really cool. That's what I at least took the screenshot of. Yeah, at least that fight. So I'm gonna say that one. We didn't get to Luffy yet, right?
Yeah. I guess
We
if
haven't
it
gotten
is
to Luffy.
Lucci's, you could say Lucci versus Luffy. And
We haven't seen Usopp's fight yet, actually.
Oh yeah, you're right. Usopp's fight.
Usopp fights Sandman
Oh yeah.
because he ends up going all the way to the top of the tower, and Phantom's just about to like take Robin over to the Gates of Justice. But then he gets shot out of nowhere.
Yeah. I thought that was
And then
great.
they're like, what? Oh man, and Robin's like clinging on to like her teeth into the cement to
Oh,
try and
God,
stop them
yeah.
from like going, just like bleeding.
Ugh, yeah.
I'm
And
glad
he tries to get away.
they make sure that dude gets the shit beat out of him constantly. I'm so glad.
Yeah.
Like every time I'm like, this dude sucks. He gets like punched in the face or like, you know, slingshot fireball to the face, and I'm like,
Dude,
hell yeah.
he can die for all I care. I hate him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. He is so deplorable. Like it
I
is
know.
so funny when you're reading it. You're like, wow, Oda really just made the worst human being possible. And he's just some guy. Like he's just some like
He doesn't
spoiled
have
like
powers.
Navy guy.
He's just a
Yeah,
nepo
and
baby.
He's a-
nepotism baby.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
my
he
goodness.
is a great representation of like the worst parts of the government to start this like plot string. You know, it's like they're now finally introducing like what the world government is, or you know, who controls the world. And it's like he is a great representation of just like, yeah, these people can be dangerous. Like, look at this guy. It's like, it's pretty cool. I don't know.
He's so like entitled and he's so
Yeah.
bossy. He's so
He's
like
literally-
short-sighted.
Yeah, he's like willing to just do a buster call because it's like, yeah, like I gotta like show how powerful I am. It's like,
Oh yeah, and he presses the buster call thing on accident because it's been a running gag that he's been accidentally like leaving the snail phone on the whole time.
oh
He's
yeah.
like, who keeps leaving the snail phone off the hook? And it was him. He
Yeah.
did it. And he accidentally mixes up the Den and Mushis and he pressed the buster call one instead.
Yeah.
And he accidentally leaves it on and like tells all the other troops like, oh no, I activated the buster call. Oh well, all those stupid Navy soldiers can die. And then the other Navy soldiers are like, wait, what? And they all try to get off the island.
Man. Yeah, he sucks. Yeah, I did think it was cool that Usopp did that though. Because I was like, where's he going? Climbing up the tower. Yeah, I guess
then we
that
get
is his
to-
fight.
Yeah. And then we get to Luffy versus Lucci.
Yeah, Luffy versus Lucci. It's just funny to say.
Yeah, I forgot to mention, like right at the end of Bluno's fight, before Bluno like got knocked out, he still looked like he was still standing, and Luffy was like, "Oh, then I better show you something even more interesting." But then Bluno falls.
Guess he doesn't get to do it then.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
But then to break through like the underground tunnel gate, he does do it in front of the little girl Chimney.
Yeah, and she's like, wowza.
Yeah, that was a big
Yeah,
moment when I
wowza.
saw that for the first time in the anime.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what you guys thought, because he, like, the next scene, you just see him doing something. The next scene, the door is broken, and he's tiny.
Oh yes, yeah.
Yeah, he's tiny. I was like, what? Yeah.
I think I probably just assumed like, oh god, he did something weird. Like I'm excited to see what that is.
Yeah, I was just like, why are you tiny? What happened? Yeah, I guess that was what I thought. And then he goes back to normal quickly, so. It makes me really question his anatomy and biology, but it doesn't matter because he's a rubber man. How about you, Rel?
I like the fight. I just like, oh, time to add more dialogue, time to add more hype, and they're like, I don't know. They balanced it well.
Yeah, thought so too. So with Lucci versus Luffy, gosh, they're fighting for a long time, and even Frankie like shows up at one point and ends up getting past with the help of Luffy to go help save Robin. Because he has all the keys at that point, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, and Luffy kind of is like, I know you're not like the boss. I know you're not the one who has Robin, but like I'm doing my role as like the strongest member of the crew and as the captain. Like I have to stop you.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you're gonna just murder everyone.
Yeah, you're just gonna kill all my other friends, so I have to stop you.
Yep.
Yeah, which is like big character growth on Luffy. He's not like just going after like hard first to the goal. He's like actually kind of thinking about like this is what it means to be captain. Is I have to be the one to do this.
Yeah. And honestly, it's a pretty long fight because, like, as everyone else is like completing or going through and finishing their fights, they're still going at it the whole time. And he's using like Gear 2 powers. As he pumps blood all over to make his, like, it's all puffy. Balloony, I suppose is the word.
Or that's Gear 3.
Oh,
Gear
is that 3?
is
You're right, that's 3.
Bone
Sorry.
balloon.
Sorry. Bone balloon, which I hate that.
Yeah. You were asking, like, Are his bones rubber? The
Yeah, I guess
answer is
so.
yes.
The answer is yes. Everything. Yeah, because Lucci at one point just says all your organs are rubber, and I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense then. I don't know how else he would work to be real, but.
Fun idea.
Yeah. Yeah, so gosh, they keep fighting and fighting, and then I think like when Frankie gets past him, Luffy like kind of ramps it up, and that's when Lucci turns into his like other form, which is what the heck is it? Like a leopard?
It's a jaguar.
Jaguar, okay. I was like gonna say cat. That's not right.
Oh, it's a leopard. I don't know.
I don't know. So they keep going at it. And Lucci like smacks into the wall, making the water flow from the tower into the tunnel. Just like he's like, haha, if any of your friends come up here, they're gonna drown now. Just to be a jerk, honestly.
Oh no, it is leopard.
Oh, it's leopard? Okay. I don't... Cat.
Yeah, big cat.
Big cat. Oh gosh. So I mean, it's a really cool and dynamic fight, I think, seeing Luffy try all those different things, and also Lucci just being very, very strong. At some point, the Marines, like, vaguely give Lucci a backstory, like, how he was trained and how he just doesn't... He has, like, dark justice under his belt or something. Those are his morals, dark justice. Like, it's okay to kill others if it helps other people out.
Like, if there's hostages, he'll go in and kill the hostages so that the people won't have anyone to hold over them, and then he'll kill everyone.
Yeah.
He's just, like, that kind of evil dude.
Like, whoa.
And then Gear 3 is, like, or Gear 3 is literally just like, here comes a giant fist!
Yeah, here comes a giant fist, which I like that. It's funny. He punches him into, like, the ship, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he punches him into the ship. Then he just, like, God, it was like, his gum something power. And then, now I'm like, I read this yesterday, I shouldn't be like this, but I
think it's like axe. He
yeah,
like
Gum
uses a big foot to try and like stomp.
Yeah,
Oh,
stomp
yes,
him.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But he's slower because of it, I know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's getting slower and slower because he's not as good at fighting anymore. But Luffy's also getting slower and slower.
Yeah, and then also like the Navy ships that are here are like the ones trying to do the buster call.
Yeah.
That respond to the call.
Yeah.
But then when they find out that Luffy might be on board one of their ships, they're like blown up. Kill her, even though our own men are there. We gotta kill him.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So Luffy does make it out back to the building.
Yeah, Luffy makes it back to the building. But he's tiny again, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he gets tiny again, and then Lucci goes to attack him again. But before he can do it, Lucci's like, "Uh-oh, it hurts." And then Luffy like slowly goes back to normal.
Mm-hmm.
But in the end, he uses Gear 2 again to defeat Lucci.
Like, Lucci uses like the 7th secret power of the Rokushiki. This like energy cannon that shoots through Luffy.
Yeah.
Rokugo or whatever. And then like
Hadoken.
Luffy is about to like pass out.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and everyone's like kind of getting onto the ship because before that everyone was heading towards Robin on the tower, but then the water's all flowing through, so everyone's starting to drown. But it's okay because Kakuro's a mermaid.
Oh yeah.
And saves them all.
It's such a cute, because it's something I remember when I first watched this. I was like, oh wait, that makes so much sense. I was like, why did I not think about that?
Yeah. It does. It makes sense.
Yeah, like how
Does it?
Well, because husband was a fish man, right?
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't mean she has to be a mermaid. And
Yeah, I
also,
know, but her face, like the way her face is...
was Tom her husband?
No.
I mean, they might have.
I don't know. I guess that's
They
true,
might have
yeah.
been doing it, you know. I mean,
They might have been doing it.
I thought I assumed.
Otis says no.
I guess. Oh, really? I don't,
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was weird that she does call him Mr. Tom. I was assuming that was. I was like, that's
No, but
strange.
she does say she came to the town with him, so I was like, oh, maybe they are both.
They were probably doing it.
They're probably
Yeah,
doing
but
it anyway.
her face is very like shark-esque
Yeah.
looking,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I didn't like. I thought it was just like a crazy looking cartoony Yoda face, but I was like, oh yeah, that actually does make sense.
Yeah,
Like, that's cool.
Yeah.
She's cool.
Yeah. And also in the meantime, all of the Frankie brothers and the ship people are like, they get saved from the Buster Call with lots of rope and clinging to giants.
Once again, Polly is like the unsung hero
He
here.
totally is, yeah.
He pretended to be tied up with his own ropes, and then he was actually not tied up the entire time, and he
Yep.
could get everyone else free.
Mm-hmm.
And then he saved everyone by like hanging onto the edge of the like land with his giant ropes that could even hold up giants, like down. With
Yeah.
strong ropes.
Yeah, he's the
Cool dude.
he's the underdog, the MVP.
Mhm.
Doing the most. Yeah, so at that point, like, Kokoro saves all of them, and they like get on a boat because they're like, we have to get out of here, and they like all of the crew defeat everybody on the boat while Luffy's doing this entire fight.
Yeah. And then Luffy like is almost at his limit in the fight,
Mm-hmm.
and then like Sniper King takes off his mask,
Mm-hmm.
and he reveals that it was actually Usopp the entire time. What? Did you see that coming? Oh my
Not-
goodness.
Well, no, this is fake news because no, this is Usopp is separate. He just shows up. He doesn't
Oh,
take
yeah,
off his
you're right.
mask.
I'm about to say I could never believe it. I am.
He just shows up
friends.
differently. He just so happens to also be there.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true. That's
you
true.
just came along.
The friends you make along the way.
Yep. Yep.
That
Oh
was
my
cute
gosh.
though. Yeah. Tells
And
him to
then
get up.
Luffy's just like, "What? Usopp, you did
You're
come.
here?
You do care."
Yeah. You do
And then Usopp's like, "You're dumb. You can't even beat this guy. He should come fight me then. Like,
yeah.
I'll be your target then." And Luffy's like, "No, don't hurt my friends." And he gets back up and he beats Lucci
Yeah.
with jet gatling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that moment too because everyone's like, "Luffy, you can do it!" Like
Yeah.
they all believe in him.
Gambate.
And I think also we skipped over this, but before that, they call the Buster Call and Frankie makes it and unlocks the handcuffs off of Robin, and she just
Yeah.
like beats Spandam up because he deserves it.
Oh yeah, it's slap.
Oh, yeah, they
She's
beat
like,
the
I could
shit
do this
out
all
of him.
day.
I was like, snap his neck.
Yeah. And then Frankie also beats the elephant, but he just kind of like intimidates it.
Yeah,
And
and
just like tackles to the ground and is like, "You better not fight anymore.
yeah, and
Unless
it's
you
like,
know-
okay.
if you know what's good for you."
Mhm.
For Bugfried.
Mhm.
Yeah, I like the line, at least in the translation. I think Robin was like smacking him, and she was like, "I could do this all day." And,
Yeah.
and Frankie's like, "I'm sure you could."
Yep.
It's just
Frankie
like, you
also
just-
has a history with this guy. Like, Frankie's
exactly,
the
you
one
know
who
exactly.
is, like,
They both know
Scarface.
exactly.
Yeah.
But they pound him so hard that even with his like metal brace face, like he's still all swollen up like a big giant plum.
Mhm.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think the only time they draw somebody beat up in One Piece, like, and I'm like, don't feel bad. I'm like, yeah, like,
It's
like,
like,
haha.
haha.
like,
You deserve it, dude. Yeah. Yeah, Luffy does end up beating Lucci.
Yeah.
And
And then a bunch of other Marines show up onto their escape ship that they stole
mhm.
to try and like take him down. There's like a bunch of other Devil Fruit users that just like randomly show up, like a ball man and a guy who has like rust powers who rusts away
Mhm.
one of Zora's swords, and Zora's like, "No, my sword,
Yeah.
my baby."
It was like the cursed one too.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
was the cursed one he got from the dude. I'm surprised you remember that.
I did because I did later on, like in post Enies when he's like looking at the sword, I was like, oh, it's that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or was it the cursed one? I don't know if it was the cursed
maybe
one
it
or if it was.
wasn't.
I think it was the one that the guy gave him after he got the cursed sword. He was like,
Oh,
"This
you're
is
right.
a
It wasn't
sword."
cursed sword. It was extra sword.
Yeah, it was that guy's strongest sword or whatever.
Yeah.
But it died.
Mm-hmm. No.
Yeah, and then
I don't-
Sanji's not there. Sanji's disappeared again.
Yeah, and they're like, where'd he go? What a loser. But he's actually helping.
And then Chopper's so sad because he's like, I can't move after using all those like rumble balls and doing Monster Point. I can't
Oh,
move. I
yeah.
can't help.
Oh yeah, after I fell down my stairs twice because I'm not being careful, I saw that panel. I was like, "It's me! I'm Chopper!"
What?
I don't know. I'm just like rushing down my stairs, and I've like fallen down the stairs like twice
Oh,
in 2
man.
weeks.
Please be careful.
I know.
Like, slugs are not supposed to be upright. You can crawl up and down your stairs. It's okay.
No
I
tripping
know.
on the trips.
I
Come
know.
on.
I've
one
been
of
careful
those-
since then.
Yeah, one of those old person like things that go up and down the stairs.
I
or
know.
elevator things.
One of my someone in chat said I should do that. That sounds like fun, honestly. But
So I'm like a klutz in the kitchen. I make a lot of annoying mistakes in the kitchen that cause me to hurt myself. So I
Yeah.
gotta.
I trip a lot because that's my name. But yeah. Anyway.
Now, are
yeah.
you tripping because you're trips by tripping, or are you
I just fall.
trips to cause the tripping?
My parents would call me Trips a lot growing up, so
Ah,
Perfect. Got lore.
I have lore. Yeah.
Lord,
Let's
let's
go.
go.
In any case, all that
Yeah,
to
like
say.
the sad One Piece backstory with Trip.
No, someone make the Buster call on the stairs.
Oh my gosh,
Oh,
no!
We also
Oh.
see the release of one of the ancient weapons, the forbidden weapon.
Yes, the
you
forbidden
posted.
weapon.
Yeah.
Usopp with the chalkboard. With nails on a
Oh,
chalkboard.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, when Chopper's saying, I can't move, I was like, no, that's me for real. It was also very cute, but yeah.
Cypher Limit's right. Don't fall down the stairs. Kuina didn't make it. No.
No.
Oh no, you're right!
Lord.
Lord.
Too good.
I should get life alert. You're right. Oh, anyway.
I just think of the audio bit of Knuckles going like, "Oh no,"
Mhm.
Oh no.
every time.
Oh no. True.
But yeah, they end up like setting fire to the escape ship, and now everyone's or not. I don't know if they set fire to it, but the escape ship is breaking and sinking,
Yeah, it was breaking and sinking.
and it looks hopeless. The Buster Call is happening. Bombs are dropping everywhere.
Yeah.
Luffy can't move.
If you can't move. Yeah.
And then Usopp hears a voice.
He hears
Oh,
the
yeah.
voice. Or he had been
And-
hearing it the whole time, he says? Hearing
Yeah.
it for a while.
He's
Yeah.
like, whose voice is that? Whose voice is that?
Yeah, I love like that's the part where Zoro's like who is that, like whatever, and then Usopp's like, it's our, like you forgot a shipmate, like you forgot one of our
We
shipmates.
have one more shipmate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is yeah.
And then
Yeah.
everyone else slowly starts to hear it too.
Uh-huh.
And they all start to cry. And then
Yeah.
Usopp says, jump into the sea.
Jump into the
And
sea.
Robin uses her hands to push,
Luffy.
her hand powers to push Luffy into the sea as well. And they all get out to the going there.
Yeah. Yeah, when
she
the
came for them.
yeah.
Oh god, I'm crying.
hmm
Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, I wasn't thinking about Going Merry because Go Merry was shown to be like totally destroyed. Like it was totally destroyed. So I wasn't thinking that it was a possibility.
Yeah.
But so I was like, what?
Yeah, that was pretty heartbreaking when I guess that was in Water 7
Yeah,
when
yeah.
they like knocked the boat into the thing and Usopp's
Yeah,
like,
into
"Oh."
Aqua Laguna.
Yeah.
I was like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
That can't be the way they go out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just like, what? What? No way! And yelling, and everyone was like, what's going on? I was like, don't worry about it. I'm reading One Piece.
And Sanji comes back and he closed the gates so that the whirlpools, like the change in ocean currents, would cause
Mhm.
the other ships to go out of control.
Mm-hmm.
But the small little boat with Nami navigating is still able to make it through the currents and get away.
Yeah, and he has like Kokoro and Chimney under his arms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And they're using Luffy's limp body to reflect cannonballs.
Oh yeah. Oh my god, that frame
Yeah.
is so good.
So
When they give the
resourceful.
thumb up. Yeah.
Like, yeah.
So
And
funny.
Robin also finally starts calling them by name, because for the longest time before this, she's been calling them just like Long Nose and like Mr. like Swordsman.
Mhm.
Cook.
Oh really? Is this when she starts to? I didn't realize.
This
that.
is like when she first starts like actually calling them by name.
Yeah.
So now she cares. She cares.
It only took like 200 chapters, but she's finally actually part of the crew now.
Yeah. I mean, she was there. She was part of the crew.
Yeah, she was kind of there. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then they're able to ride
Yeah.
going
Like,
back
going Mary's
all
like,
the way back.
I'll return you to the Sea of Adventure, and Frankie helps with his coup d'event, catapulting
Yeah.
them all out of there.
And then Aokiji shows up and is like, okay, everyone stop. You're not going to go after them. We already lost. Like, the
Yeah.
entire Enies Lobby area is like totally destroyed by our own Buster Call. They got away with everything.
Yeah.
We lose, guys. We lose.
Take the L.
Yeah.
Take the L. Before,
Yeah.
like, we lose even more here.
Yeah, man. I mean, there's not a lot of things that I watch or read that makes me feel for things that aren't actually alive but are alive. But this is the this is the manga.
Oh yeah.
Like, oh,
It's a-
going Mary.
Yeah, I remember when I was watching this arc, I remember my friend kept telling me, so did you get to the emotional episode yet? And I was like, oh yeah, like Robin's backstory is crazy. He's like, no, that's not the emotional episode. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then I was like, oh yeah, the part where like Usopp, yells to Luffy, that part was really emotional. He's like, oh, you're not there yet. And I'm like, what else is
What?
there? I'm like, what happens?
What
And then, like,
happens?
I think like the second they got to the Going Merry, I remember thinking like, oh god, don't do this. I'm like,
Yeah.
like is
This-
this what's
this
about
part
to
got me.
happen?
You want to talk
So
about
bad.
it, Realm?
Oh man. So it flashbacks to the night before. Wait, actually I don't know. Maybe it was the night before?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
whole so more accurately it's right after the Aqua Laguna. The tide's still going on, and then Iceberg looking out at the forecast while everybody like left for the left
the
towards
city, yeah.
Enies
Okay.
Lobby, that the boat that that the Straw Hats had to Going Merry was in the wreckage he used to go in as a kid. And he sees the boat. He's like, "Oh, I thought the boat was destroyed. I don't know what's up." And then he gets some like random inspiration to start fixing the ship, and he works on it as it's going along. And everyone's like, "What are you doing? What's wrong?" And then all of a sudden, the Going Merry starts to float on by, and he tells Iceberg, "Thank you. I want to go on one last trip
Oh,
and
God.
save him." So he starts floating towards Enies Lobby,
Yeah, he just
where
starts
he
talking to them.
ends up saving Luffy and the Straw Hat Pirates.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Get out. And as soon as they're close to
Water
another ship
7.
with and Water 7 with the Iceberg crew, the mast for the Going Merry goes,
Yeah.
just pretty much cracks. And then
And it
as
starts
they're
breaking in half.
it starts breaking in half, and everyone decides that it's now time to let Mary rest. So
Mhm.
everyone's having their emotional turmoil and their recollection with the Going Merry, and then Mary manifests its voice and talks to everyone, saying, "Thank you very much. They had the best of times. Did so many cool things. They wish they could go on further, but
Oh,
they had an amazing time." And with that, they let the Going Merry burn and go to the bottom of our ocean.
Yeah, they make it back to Water 7.
yeah.
They
It's-
give him a Viking funeral.
Yeah, it's like the Mary says, "I wish I could have sailed the entire world with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Luffy's
And
like,
then
no, it's
Luffy
our
says-
fault. Yeah.
It's our fault. I should have taken better care of you. I did so many bad things, and Zoro's so dumb, and he broke all sorts of parts on you.
Yeah. And
Didn't treat
everyone's
you
like
right.
bawling, except like
Yeah,
Zoro.
We have to watch this part animated too. After
And
this.
then-
Yeah, please.
yeah.
I have
I was
tissues in
just
my room.
like-
good.
And then they say something like, "I'm so glad Usopp isn't here to see it because he's Sniper King again."
Oh yeah.
And he's just
Yeah.
like, he wouldn't be able to handle this. And Sanji looks at Sniper King and he's like, "Is that true?" And it's like, Sniper King's like, "No, I'm ready."
Yeah, and when he hears the voice, like the waterfalls of like crying is coming out of his mask, I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So emotional. But
And
yeah.
then Luffy says something like, "You're going to the bottom of the sea, and it's really cold and lonely down there."
Oh no.
Oh god.
Yeah.
They do a really good job characterizing all the characters in this moment too. So it hasn't like, I don't know if they've all been in like this emotional, vulnerable like moment. So like Zoro just is very stoic. Sanji's very like looking down, you know, very like
Yeah, Sanji tries to hide his emotions. He's a very emotional dude.
And then like, you know, Robin has like a little bit of tears in her eyes, and you know, Nami's crying and Chopper's like bawling his eyes out. And so it's like it's a very good way to characterize all that. Like
Chopper's crying and like Usopp, his like tears are like coming down out of the mask.
And over his like little shoulder, like his hood thing. Yeah, it's.
And then Frankie's like ugly crying too.
Yeah, even like after the part where they're screaming at Robin, Frankie's like, "You guys are awesome, man. What the
heck?" Oh yeah, and that chapter is like the end of Enies Lobby too.
So I mentioned it before, but there was an episode that I stopped watching the show at, and that this was the episode.
Oh wow!
Because I was like kind of fatigued from it, and I was like, all right, like this is a good episode to stop. I was like, I will always remember where I stopped if I stop here.
Yeah.
So everything after this is new to me.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh really? I didn't know you stopped this early. Wow. Okay.
Well, I mean,
I feel like it's a good stopping point.
It's true. It's early, but it is a lot. Like it was pretty. I didn't binge. I'm not used to watching shows like super frequently, so I was watching like, you know, 15 episodes a day sometimes, and I was only making like scratches into the show over the course of months, and I was like, this is so much. So it took a while. It took a lot out of me to watch even this much.
I was worried about Trips seeing this part though, because like of what happened earlier, like a couple months ago.
Yeah.
But, like,
yeah.
I did want to talk really quick about like the symbolism of fire in this arc, because you had obviously the Buster Call that burned down Ohara was like an incredibly evil and destructive fire. But for the rest of this arc, fire is shown as kind of like hope or like a strength. You had Sniper King burning down the flag. You had Frankie burning down the plans to Pluton. And now you have the fire burning Mary.
Yeah.
And I think for Robin, this also like kind of helps her with her trauma to see like a more positive side to fire, or like at least people who are willing to use something like destructive as a way to say goodbye to a friend.
Yeah, it's cool. It's like she only ever saw that as like destruction, but now it's like kind of seeing some beauty in it or being used in like a positive way.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I think Oda uses like fire really purposefully, and I think it's really good. Oh.
Yeah. And I also think like it is really cool that every single time they break something on Mary, whether it be the mast or like the bow or whatever, they do show like all the like patchwork that Usopp has done, and it stays with them like a scar. It's actually pretty consistent throughout.
Yeah, for sure. Gosh, I mean, more than anything,
that page is really well colored.
Yeah,
cool.
It's really nice.
Yeah, I hadn't really seen the colored version of the manga, but that's really well done.
And yeah, I don't know. I think it's all really nice. And even Frankie's crying because like he builds ships. He knows. Even if it wasn't his ship, he knows what it meant to them. So yeah.
It doesn't
And
help
also-
that the Going Merry has like the cutest little like.
I know.
It's like...
Sorry, Realm, you were gonna say something.
No, it kind of came full circle because Usopp was the first told Frankie first that the ship spoke to him because Frankie initially said, "What are you doing keeping the ship? The ship's dead. Like, what's the point in keeping it?" And so he was the first one to know, but then he denied it, and then all of a sudden comes back where he's like, "Oh my god, this means so much more."
Yeah.
Because there's an actual manifestation.
It's also really crazy how like long ago they foreshadow it. Like I guess in the manga it doesn't feel as long, but like I'm watching the anime, it's like 150 episodes or something since that Skypiea stuff. It's like it is insane. Like I remember like thinking, I was like, when this stuff happened, I was like, oh my god, that was that voice back in Skypiea. I was like, oh my god. Like,
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Like he had it planned.
Oh my goodness. Did you think when you first started reading this series you'd cry over a ship?
No, everyone,
No.
you know, it's so funny.
No.
Yeah, it's because it's like it's the one thing that I just like didn't expect. That's what makes it so good. It's like, you know, you expect like a character death to, you know, really get you like, you know, or backstory to really get you emotional, but man, One Piece is just so good.
Yeah.
It's just, it really can make it so good.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I really
this
didn't
is definitely
think...
I hope you guys see why this is my favorite art. So
No,
good.
no, I get it. I get it.
It's all downhill from me.
yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
No, there's some really good art.
No, now you're invested. Now you have to see it to the
You know,
end.
I'm invested. I mean, yeah, I think
I'm really excited.
I think honestly, you stopping at this point though, it's a pretty good stopping point.
Well, yeah, I was pretty like emotionally like, yeah, I think I'm just so bad at crying, like just, you know, bad toxic masculinity growing up probably, like, but this always got me very, very, very choked up.
Yeah.
And like, man, oh god, it's so good. But yeah, I remember I was just kind
I'll
of like
make it up to
emotionally.
you because I'm really good at crying. I cry every time I think about this art.
There's only a few. I feel like there's only been like a handful of times I watched anime and cried. Like I don't even say that as like a macho. Like I wish I did more. It's just it doesn't come out. I wish it did. But yeah, whenever I like it's still emotionally exhausting. It's like, you know, like I finished that episode, I was like, whoa, like I need to like take a breather. Like,
yeah. For sure. Oh my gosh. I don't know. Yeah, I didn't cry a ton, but this one definitely made me tear up and get really, really emotional. So
yeah, even rereading it, I was definitely I got that like kind of choke up in your throat feeling from just like I like read a line like, oh, that hits, like God.
yeah.
Wait, so Realm, this is the part you cried at, or
I got choked up a bit. Yeah, this was the part I got choked up at.
Yeah.
Similarly, it's hard to like manifest bawling my eyes out, but I was like I don't know, I like to read fast, so I can like, you know, still sort of feel like the intense emotion, but when you get to slow down for a lot of this stuff, I like actually had to take my time. So like I was listening to a video while listening to music while reading while having my phone open, because of course that's what I need to pay attention, and I stopped everything and I was just like, hold up. gotta give it its credit, give it its due, and I read it by itself, like quiet, just no one else in my office, and I was just like, okay, I got it. Going Mary, to be so proud.
Yeah,
So,
and
impactful.
gosh, yeah, it was really impactful. All the iceberg crew come and save them.
Yeah.
On the boat, which I thought was nice. Yeah, because you said, Toto, last time that everybody, for a while, people thought that Iceberg would be the new member.
Yeah, it was like Iceberg or Polly that they thought they would join the crew.
For a while. I don't know. Frankie's so weird.
But that fits them perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Frankie joining the crew, I guess this is where we talk about post Enies Lobby.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
post Enies. I feel like, we could probably just rate them together, because they're...
Oh yeah, no, I guess we should rate this.
Sure.
Slug and star ratings.
Wants to go first? I guess I'm in the line.
Yeah, sure, you go first.
Yeah, it's probably my favorite. I mean, like, I don't know how the rest of the series goes, but like, this is one of the coolest like sequence of events I've ever seen in like a piece of media almost sometimes, especially like emotionally. I think it like just hits so hard. So what is it, the objective rating and then the personal rating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So personally, okay, if I had to be like stupid picky, I guess if it's 9 out of 10, just because the environments aren't my favorite in One Piece, but like I do think it doesn't need to have, like, everything else about it's cool, but like I guess, like, you know, I like Skypia's environments maybe a little bit more, just because like there's a little bit more going on with the world building there, but that's not even that important to this. But yeah, I guess 9.5 out of 10. And then, like, objectively, it's a 10 out of 10. This is probably, like, peak One Piece.
Yeah.
But I guess
there's a later arc that also has, like, a pretty high reputation, too.
Oh,
So
yeah.
We'll get to there. We'll see.
Yeah,
We'll see which one you like better. But I like this one.
I think, like, there's wasn't it, like, if you wanted to start here or whatever? Is that still a thing we're doing?
I don't know anymore. I feel like we're almost too far now.
I was gonna say, I think this just be about, like, any point past this is, like, just like get caught up first.
Yeah, just read the first one. Yeah.
You'd be pretty confused at this point. But yeah, objectively, I'd probably say this is, like, might be the best it gets, or at least, like, for a lot of people, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
I think, yeah. Star rating is personal. Slug rating is what we tell our sluggies.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Slug
so
is-
9 out of 10.
We're the
or
stars.
9.5,
We tell the
9.5
sluggies.
star. Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
9.5 star.
That's the one way we can help.
10 slugs all the way, all the slugs.
Yes, 10 slugs.
Yeah.
Every single slug.
Yeah.
All right, Realm, your turn.
I don't exactly remember. Like, I was thinking of Skypiea, which is crazy that you mentioned it was like 150 chapters, like, prior, and I'm just like, wow, that's far. I'm man, it's tough. I wish I remember all my ratings, but I'm gonna say this was probably, like, I think I mentioned that the arcs prior were Oda's, like, continued development of the whole, like, climactic come together of everything, and that each time he got better and better at it. And to this point, this was, to me, like, the best sort of disbursement of people, how people came together, how people had to, like, you know, make their way through a situation. I liked the scale a tiny bit more of Skypiea, but I think this came together much cleaner.
Mm-hmm.
So I will objectively, I'm gonna give it a 9.5. I think it was really, really, really good. Can't find any faults, but my only half point is I'm always waiting for some reason to find that perfect 10. And I'm gonna wait. I'm not sure if I'm gonna give anybody like anything a perfect 10.
You go back and then you can give something a 10.
Yeah.
Perhaps. You know
Yeah.
what? I may end up doing that, but I'm always waiting out for something
Yeah.
to see how it goes.
Yeah.
So, objectively, yeah, 9.5. Wait, what did I give?
Wait, subjectively is
Personal-
9.5, or
Oh my god,
Star
or are they
rating
both
9.5.
9.5?
my god, I'm sipping too much of that Kool-Aid. I just can't think right now. All right,
It's okay.
so
Please.
let's just do subjectively. It's a 9.5.
Mhm.
Objectively, we caught up. Why can't you? Go watch it when you do. Let's keep it 9.5 as well. You gotta catch up. We did it. No probs. We even waited extra time.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
Because we got lives and
we're
stuff.
like a
You
month
can-
between, yeah.
Yeah, we're still
Mhm.
doing it.
Hell yeah!
I-
So you should
I
do it too.
gotta start early this time for these next. I felt like I had to read like 100 chapters in 3 days, and I was like, fuck.
I did that too. But
I actually caught up before, like, the day of. That is,
Whoa, round early for once.
I know.
Good job.
yeah,
My God.
yeah, I
I always
get
just
it though.
forget.
I'm just busy, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not even much of a, I'm like really not like personally much of a procrastinator. I just like actually kind of forget sometimes, and I feel
That's
bad.
okay,
So I'm
yeah.
like, oh wait, One Piece. Oh yeah.
At least it's One Piece. It's exciting, you know.
Yeah, well
Yeah.
now it didn't help that I kind of knew what was happening, so
Yeah.
like, part of me was like, oh, I get to read all this, like I know what this is happening, but now it's all new, so I think I'll be definitely more
Yeah.
invested.
Yeah, and hopefully, like, this arc went pretty smoothly because I think the fights were pretty fast paced.
Oh yeah, this arc is just like, God, yeah, because you can tell Oda's learning how to pace his stories, and this is probably the best yet too.
Yeah.
He's so good at what he does.
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, I think subjectively, for me this is a 10 out of a 10 because like Dawn, I read this like really fast, like basically in like 2 or 3 days, but it didn't feel like a chore. I had fun the whole time reading it. It was really good. And I think the pacing was good. Everyone had like a little thing to let themselves shine. I feel like Usopp really was like super shined through this, and I liked that.
I know.
I mean, everybody did, and Robin did obviously too. But I don't know. I think the pacing between, I think things that make me bored in shonen manga is like you focus on one person and that one person has the fight for several chapters. Like I just don't care anymore. So I liked that Oda like went back and forth a lot between all of the fights and didn't let you like get lulled into a fight at any point. It was always changing perspective. So it's a 10 out of 10 subjectively, but I think like it's a 10 out of 10 objectively too, because if like you like One Piece or you're going to read One Piece, you should at least read to this point.
Yeah, and if you have read to this point, it's like this is probably the most invested you're gonna be at this point. Like,
yeah, I was surprised. I cried. I loved it all. I laughed. It's good time.
yeah.
Yeah, like you guys were saying, if you're gonna read One Piece, at least get to this point. Like, people always say, like, oh, it really gets good, like 300 chapters in, and people are like scoffing, like, oh, then I'm not gonna read it if I have to read that many chapters. But no, like, no, this arc like really pays off all the character work from before, and every character has something to do, and all the fights are really fun and funny.
Tripp's gonna agree with this, but it's the Final Fantasy 14 effect where you have to get pretty far for it to be worth it.
Yeah.
But it's like you also can't just skip to this arc because then you don't know any of the characters and you don't really have the attachment to like Robin and Frankie. It's like
this is like this is the reward for getting this far.
Exactly.
Yeah, for
exactly.
sure. Yeah. Actually, you're right, Dawn. When Toto was pitching One Piece, and she was like, "You just have to read, and it gets really good." I was like, "Well, this is what I keep saying to everybody about Final Fantasy 14, so I should definitely do it."
Just get the Shadowbringers.
Yeah, just get to. Well, I think it's good in Heavensborn, but anyway.
It is, but then you get a dip in Stormblood.
It's true, Stormblood's a dip. Anyway, sorry, this is not Final Fantasy 14 chat. Toto, what do you think? I don't know.
10 out of 10. This is my favorite arc. 10 out of 10 star rating.
Yeah.
And I didn't lie. This is good, right?
No, yeah, it was really good.
No, yeah.
Honestly, it's okay if you didn't think it's good. It's fine. If you reach to this point and you're like, you know what, I'm not really feeling One Piece, that's okay.
Like,
One Piece isn't the series for you.
Yeah,
like, if you get to this point and it's still not convinced you, like, it's okay.
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, go read something else. But
my favorite series doesn't have to be your favorite series.
Yeah.
But I'm glad I get to talk with so many cool people about this series that I love so much.
Yeah.
All the theories and all the predictions. It's so fun.
Yeah, I'm invested. Oh my gosh, it's 10:44 and we haven't talked about. We might have to talk about Enies quickly because it's getting late.
Really
but
objective rating also 10 out of 10. Like rating 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
Is post Enies Lobby really an arc, or is it like?
It's like kind of an arc. Yeah, it's only like 10 chapters.
Like 10 chapters, right? Okay.
It's an arc. It's like a mini arc.
Yeah.
It's a denouement. It's a.
Oh yeah, because I forgot where it ends. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
and
pretty.
Let me leave.
It's pretty fast. It's they recover. They have to get a new boat. Frankie's building the new boat. Grandpa comes, and then we see Colby and Helmeppo again.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah, we see Kobe again. What do you guys think?
Kobe looks cool now.
I know.
Cool.
Yeah, did you guys even expect to see him again? Like, damn.
Yeah. I had seen that. Unfortunately, like had that spoiled before, but it was cool. I was like, oh, I didn't know he would be friends with what's his face. Like,
I mean, you do see them become friends in the cover stories if you've read those.
True. Yeah.
They're training under Garp, but you don't realize Garp is Luffy's granddad until this arc.
Yes, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That is cool.
Yeah, it's neat. Are you happy to see Kobe again, Realm?
I liked seeing Kobe.
Yeah, okay.
He's hot now.
It's hot now. Yeah, what is the Meppo kind of looks like Zato 1? Like,
You're right,
heck?
guys. But then, like, Luffy and Zoro both don't recognize him, and he's like, "It's me, Helmeppo."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Who?"
Who?
You know, the
Yeah.
guy who was about to kill you, Zoro, back in like
How
at Shelltown.
how long?
He's like,
has
"Oh,
it-
we don't like you."
How long has it been? Like in time? Like, do they say?
A couple
A
months?
few
No, they don't
months.
say.
A few
like,
months,
yeah,
story-wise.
Yeah, a few months.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was years.
No.
That's funny.
This
though.
whole Enies Lobby incident happens over the course of like 2 days. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess that's true. Yeah. Well, I don't know
Yeah,
how
it does
long.
feel like years.
There's a decent amount of lull between sometimes arcs. Like it's like kind of implied that they've been sailing for a bit. So
Yeah.
I never
Yeah,
know
but no,
how
I
long
think
it's-
canonically, up until like the time skip, they spend like less than a year together.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Which is
They've
crazy.
been through a lot.
I don't believe it. That's crazy.
Yeah, Colby's like the like meta narrative character that's like, no, this is how long it feels like it's been, right? Like,
Hmm.
And also, like, I do like One Piece for this is that the world feels alive. There's other players in
sure.
the world doing their own
Oh,
thing.
yeah. yeah, it's
and they're
always
coming in and out of the story.
it is that's funny. I totally forgot that they were in the cover stories, but the cover stories are always really cool because like Oda does not need to do that, but he really wants you to fully understand what happened to every character that they introduce, like all the villains. They keep showing like what they're doing in prison and stuff.
Mhm.
It's pretty cool. It's
I
like,
think this
no
is something-
wasted time.
I like over a lot of shonen is that even though the Straw Hats are the main characters we're following, they're not the center of this world.
Hmm.
Yeah, they're
Like,
just
there's so many other things going on, and they're just a small part of it, which makes
Yeah.
it feel like they have way more to explore.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it is cool. It's a whole world.
Yeah, they have still a lot of room to grow.
I do. This is a total theory, and it's mostly based on what stuff I've read, not like spoilers. But I do really like. You said like, oh, they're not like the center of the world, but I do really like this implication that Luffy is like not more important, but is like a bigger deal in the grand scheme of like historical pirates, because it's like people are like, oh wait, he has the D in his name, like,
Yeah.
huh? And then like
Wow.
some stuff like Frankie just joined them, and Frankie was taught by the guy who made the ship for Goldie Roger, and it's like like it's kind of like Luffy's almost creating a little ragtag team of like the new age Goldie Roger kind of thing. It's kind of cool.
Mhm.
It's like
Yeah.
he might be like becoming as big as that, and I like how they always paint this thing where it's like him saying like, I'm gonna be king of the pirates. It's kind of just like, these new kids, like they think they're gonna be cool, like they think they're gonna be all cool and great, but he's like the one that's actually like showing his stuff, being like, oh, this guy might actually be it. Like,
Yeah.
To
it's
go
pretty-
all the way.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
And speaking of that D name, we also find out in this arc, so we're running out of time here. Garp shows up, and then he's like actually this huge vice admiral and this famous dude from the Navy, and then they're
Yeah.
like, or the Marines, and they're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
He's your grandpa?
Your grandsons are pirates.
Yeah, and then he also is able to like hurt Luffy even though he's made of rubber, and they're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, and
And
they
he's
talk
like, that's
about...
because it's official love.
Yeah.
And then they also talk about his dad, and
His
he's like, oh
dad.
yeah, your dad is actually this like revolution. And Luffy was like, I have a dad?
I have a dad.
He didn't
Yeah, he
recognize.
went... His dad saw him at Logue Town.
Yeah,
Yeah,
isn't that
you guys even
crazy?
remember that?
Yeah.
I was like,
Barely remember that.
He stopped Smoker from catching him that one time.
Yeah.
insane foreshadowing. Like, what the heck?
And then he's like part of this like revolutionary army that's fighting against the world government directly. Like that is a different faction from pirates or the government.
Yeah,
This whole new third faction.
this world is opening up more and more.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
and it cuts away to Shanks talking with Whitebeard
Yeah.
about like the power struggles between Ace and Blackbeard, right? Yeah, and like you gotta. What did Shanks say? They
You
were
gotta like
drinking-
bring Ace back. Like don't let him fight Blackbeard.
Oh yeah, that is
Yeah,
what it was.
it's
Yeah, don't let
It's
him.
too early for them to fight. And then like Whitebeard's like, we can't. Like Blackbeard killed a member of like his own
crew,
family,
yeah.
his own crew.
Hmm.
And also Shanks is like crazy powerful too. He's like able to stop Whitebeard.
Hmm.
Oh yeah.
And he knocked people out just by like being in his presence.
Yeah. And also we finally got to see Shanks again, so that's cool.
Yeah, we
The
finally see him again.
mystery
For all the
around
time, he's
Shanks
crazy
is-
strong.
The mystery around Shanks is like one of my favorite aspects of this. It's like I know he's gonna be important. I just don't know why.
Yeah.
Even in character polls, he still ranks in like the top 20, even though he hasn't shown up since like chapter 1.
Yeah. Yeah. He's cool looking.
Yes.
You said Frankie built him a new ship made of like the same wood
Yeah.
as Goldie Roger's ship.
Yeah.
He actually uses that's what he used the money for.
Yeah,
That he stole from
to buy
them in
the
the first place. So
wood.
it came back to them in the
yeah.
end.
Mm-hmm.
And then he builds a super cool ship.
Yeah, it has a slide and grass.
Yeah, and
Aquarium
grass on
thing.
the ship.
Yeah.
And like a booster, like a CUDA burst cannon that uses barrels of cola.
Yeah.
It's not going merry, but you know, it's okay.
Yeah. It's okay. And there's
It's
like a
okay.
lion for the head, and then they come up with the name Thousand Sunny, even though Frankie wanted to call it Battle Frankie or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Iceberg came up with 1,000 Sunny.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like people were like, "Oh, that's a really nice flower on the head of the ship," and he's
It's
like,
a
"It's not a flower.
lion."
It's a lion." And
Yeah.
then Iceberg's like, "No, very clearly you can see it is his son."
Yeah, it is a sun. Yeah, it's not as cute as going Mary, but I'll get used to it probably.
Oh.
Yeah. I guess it's kind of cool. I don't know.
I know, it's so
Oh,
hard.
that's like, I mean, I would.
It's like getting a new pet after your first pet like passes.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you're cool, I guess.
Well, I guess. And everybody gets bounties now.
Yeah, wait, no, they also get Frankie to go. Yeah, they get bounties. Oh, wait, no, you're right.
Yeah,
Bounties
everyone
first.
has bounties, and Sanji's sad because they didn't take a photo of him.
Yeah.
They ran through it, but it looks
Because
nothing like him.
he's never there. He's always doing. It's so funny. It's like it like bites him in the ass that he's always like the undercover guy, like underground guy.
It's like, what? They don't have a photo of me? And then they just
And
draw him. and it
Chopper's
looks-
sad too, because he's cute and he's an animal, so they just gave him a 50 berry.
Yeah, he's like their
Holy
pet, the
50.
Straw Hat's pet. Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
they said berries are like equivalent to yen, so he's worth 50 yen.
Worth like 2 quarters. No.
Yeah. He's a pet.
Oh.
And then Frankie gets a bounty too. So the Frankie family's like, you gotta take him away. Like,
Yeah.
he wants to sail with you anyway. He's got a bounty on him. He's not safe here.
Yeah, it's
So-
higher than Sniper King's too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Usopp kind of flying under the radar.
Yeah.
Little do they know he's like God.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So
what did you think of the way they got Frankie onto the ship?
I was
Oh, yeah.
I was so confused. Why?
Another moment, I was like, Oda, you all right?
Why? Yeah.
So to recap, like, they need to get Frankie onto the ship. So the Frankie family steals his Speedo, and he's like, I only got one pair of those. Give him back. And then they, like, take the Speedo and, like, pass it, hot potato it all the way to Luffy and the Straw Hats. Chopper bites it and carries it in his mouth at one point.
I did not
Yeah,
like
it's like-
that.
No, Chopper, no.
I don't even know if he's ever watched that. No.
Yeah.
And
It's
then
okay,
finally
he
he
is
gets there
innocent.
and he's like, it's okay, you can keep my pants. I'm a man. I was born into this world nude. And
Oh,
then
yeah.
the waves crash behind him and he's like, oh no, he's too manly. He's immune to our
Oh, no.
tricks. And then Robin sprouts hands
Yeah.
on his inner thighs and
Yeah.
grabs his nuts.
Injures him.
Crushes his testicles.
He's
Yeah.
like, what?
Almost gives him a sex change.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. Oh my god. Yeah, it's like what?
Yeah,
Why?
this whole thing, I was like, why is this happening? Just get on the boat, you dumb.
Yeah. But then Iceberg does come out and say, like, this whole time, you've still been blaming yourself for Tom's death.
Mm-hmm.
But you gotta forgive yourself. Everyone else has forgiven you already. You've already done so much for the city. You gotta, like, be able to live your own dreams.
Yeah.
And then he starts crying and he's like, oh, it hurts. My balls hurt so much. Even though Robin's not actually doing it anymore. Just
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Robin's like, that big faker. He's just trying to look cool.
He's just trying to look cool, yeah. Yeah, so
Frankie's
Yeah.
awesome.
he gets on the ship and leaves, and thanks, Tom.
Yeah. And then Usopp is still not on there.
Oh God, Usopp.
And then he's like trying to practice ways to like say like, "How you want to go fishing, Chopper? I've always been here. I'm still part of the crew, right?" And try to weasel his way back in.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Zoro told the other thing.
That is such a good moment too. I was like really impressed with that.
Yeah.
I was like, thank God, because they could have again other shows and not as good character written shows would have just been like found some cheeky little funny way to bring him back. But I like
friendship holds it together. But like, Zoro's like, no, like he left. We can't just like let him leave whenever he feels like it. Whenever he has a minor disagreement, he has to come and actually understand that what he did is wrong and say sorry. It doesn't matter who was right or wrong about the ship. He is the one who like didn't listen to Captain's orders and left.
Yeah, it's really cool that Zoro's like the like I don't know, the one with the best like human understanding of these like situations. It's cool.
Yeah, he kind of feels like the dad, to be honest.
Yeah, somewhat. Yeah.
I see it more like the honor of the samurai code kind of
for
thing.
for sure.
Yeah,
it's like you gotta like honor the captain, even though like this guy's an idiot. He's still our captain, but we gotta do what he says.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And he's like, if you can't, like, if you let him back on without him actually apologizing, then I'll be the next one to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's smart too because
Sanji actually agrees with him for once, because like when it comes down to it, Sanji loves Zoro. They're bros.
It's so true.
And I do like how they pose it like, oh, listen to Captain, but like Usopp was being pretty stubborn. Like like in like an objective scenario, it's like Usopp was kind of in the wrong. Mm-hmm. He was like really, really letting his emotions get to him, and he said some like pretty like bad shit to Luffy. So I like that they didn't like gloss that over. It was like, oh yeah, like don't just let him back.
Yeah.
Thank God.
And then Garp is like gonna let them go, but then he's like, "Oh, Aokiji called, or the Marine headquarters called me. I gotta take you in now, I guess." And he fucking like starts throwing cannonballs at them, which still like is fast enough to like actually do damage or almost do damage. And then he's like, "They're not even flying half as far as they used to."
Yeah.
Just like down. And then Aokiji's also just like kind of chilling there.
He's just hanging out, yeah.
Oh yeah, and then Aokiji met with Robin.
Yeah, they met. And he's like, "I'm gonna let you go."
Yeah, he was like, I let you survive in the first place because of Saul was my friend. And when you said you wanted to die, then I thought I would help you die. Yeah. But like, if you want to live now, then go live, and I'll see what happens.
Aokiji cool.
So he's very mysterious with his motives.
Yeah. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Decent guy that works for the government.
Shocking. Bombs are coming in left and right around the Thousand Sunny. Usopp is like saying stuff and trying to make excuses, and then all the crew members pretend they don't hear him. Because they said if the first thing that comes out of his mouth is "I'm sorry," then we're not gonna let him back on. So pretend not to hear him. Until finally he says, "I'm sorry," and cries. And then Luffy cries and like stretches his arm out and is like, "Get on here, you dumbass.
Get on here, you dummy." And then like he wiggles his arms out to get him. Yeah. It's cute.
And then they're
Luffy,
like,
super wiggly.
"We're gonna start running away for real now, Grandpa. You won't be able to catch us."
Yeah, bye, Grandpa.
And they make the whole ship into the Kuda burst that bursts them out.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, which is much cooler than a fart.
Much cooler than a fart.
And then they fly away.
Oh.
And I was like, "Aw, dang it! I guess he got away." Har har har.
Ha ha ha. Yeah, because Aokiji only is there because he's like, "Well, you said that you weren't gonna capture Luffy because he's your grandson or something like that."
Yeah.
It's like, so that's not really an excuse.
They're gonna be like, "Yeah, go get him."
Silly. So yeah.
And they're heading to Fishman Island.
Yeah, Fishman Island. Yeah, because Kokoro says like, "Oh, that's the direction of Fishman Island."
Yeah, and then like Sanji doesn't want to believe that she's an actual mermaid. And she's like, "Shut up, I'm a mermaid." And he's like, "No, it's supposed to be beautiful."
Yeah. Oh, whatever, Sanji. You have an ugly picture.
Yeah.
And no one's gonna want to fuck you, Sanji. Congrats.
That's true.
Oh, he's a fuckboy.
Oh well.
All right. So people have been asking. People have been wanting to know. People have been trying to know. What are your theories and predictions for future arcs, guys? Because now you guys are going into new waters, especially you, Dawn. Because this is where you stop. But everyone, like Realm and Trips, have been sailing in new waters this whole time.
Yeah.
What are your predictions?
Glub.
So, unfortunately, I do know what happened. Like, I do know the next arc, like where it is and who's involved. Just through like zeitgeist, anime zeitgeist, culture. It's hard not to. But I don't really know how that happens or how they get there at all. So I don't know. I wonder if they'll just like toss around trying to, keep trying to get away from the Navy and just kind of end up in wacky scenarios.
Yeah.
I feel like the next arc. Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I feel like the next arc will be, I don't want to say a breather arc, but won't be as like hugely like military, like government focused. It'll just be like them on an island, like with a very, secluded plot there.
Perhaps, yeah.
That would make sense in like a story pacing, but One Piece has also surprised me, so who knows?
Who knows, yeah.
All right, Realm, your turn.
Oh man, I am having such a hard time deciding.
Okay, if it's not what you think will happen, what do you want to see?
Well, if
Sanji
couldn't say it better myself. Man, who said it? That's crazy. It's like my inner thoughts. Shit. Man, who's been on Tumblr lately? So, I liked that they pretty much said, fuck the government with this arc. Because, I mean, they were like, alright with it anyway, but this time they're in the way. I would like them to double down on it. So I want bigger escalation of the government. So
yeah, for sure. This is like the first time the government has actually felt like a threat.
Right.
Well, yeah, this saga. It's the first time. Like all the Marines from before were kind of like jokes.
Right.
And considering the fact that they all now have bounties, now they're on the world's radar. Not just the fact that they're like, oh, some upbeat crew with a weird captain. It's not word of mouth.
They're real pirates.
Yeah, Luffy literally just burned down like the American flag in front of like the president or something.
Yeah,
exactly.
I think it's bigger than that. It was like a multi-nation flag.
Yeah, they went to Switzerland and just burned the flag for EU.
Oh no!
No bueno.
Don't do that, kids.
Luffy could win against the EU.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
Even tired, he could just block tank shots, rebound it.
Oh wow.
Okay, but counterpoint, they could just give him a lot of meat and be friends with him.
They could.
Yeah. He's in the UK. He'd be like, or he's like in the EU. He'd be like, wow, like you didn't even season this meat. Like, oh shit.
Do you think Luffy cares about
I am so happy you went down the brand route.
Sanji would be mad about it, yeah.
Sanji would be mad about it.
Yeah.
I don't think Luffy would
I guess
care.
Luffy wouldn't care, you're right.
Yeah.
Luffy inhales the food. I don't know if he chews.
In fact,
I don't know if he does.
They mentioned in the post Enies Lobby that he learned how to eat while sleeping, so he
Oh
couldn't
yeah,
he did.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Oh my.
All right, Trips. What about you?
I think we didn't talk about it, but at the very end of post Enies, they like Blackbeard and Ace like meet up, and they like show that Blackbeard has like this weird darkness power, and then they're fighting, or they aren't fighting, but it seems like they're going to fight, and then like Ace is like, what you saying about my brother? And I don't know when this is gonna happen, but I assume we're going to have an arc eventually that Ace is actually a part of it, but it's being pushed out to a later date, and I don't feel like that's going to be the next arc. So maybe the next arc is going to be more of like a not lighter story, but maybe less backstory heavy story. Less
No
saving
promises.
someone. Yeah, no promises. Yeah.
I don't know. There's been
I
like a
know some
backstory every
things.
arc.
That's
Yeah,
true. That's true.
I know some
No.
things about the next arc, but yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a single arc in One Piece that
You're
doesn't
right.
have a
You're right.
flashback.
Less so sad, but maybe not. Or I guess, what do I mean? I guess less heavy. Like the implications of everything in Water 7 and Enies Lobby were heavy.
Less world heavy.
Yeah, world heavy. Yeah. Maybe.
What are some powers or characters you would like to see?
I want to say something, but
Okay.
Okay, then don't say it.
Then don't spoil it.
It would be really funny though.
Gosh.
Although I predicted a spoiler, but I didn't know.
Yeah.
Gosh.
I
Well,
hope we get another crewmate.
a new crewmate would be cool. Eventually, I know there are more, but I don't really know who they are. Yeah, that's true. Luffy really wants a bard, so maybe we'll find a bard next time.
That'd be cool.
Yes. Or I don't even know what else they need. They need, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Do they
They
really
don't
need
really even
anybody
need a
else?
bard. Like a bard's pretty like luxurious Luffy. Like that's like pushing it.
I think he just wants music. He wants to dance and have fun.
Yeah, he's sick of the silence.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Their ship has everything. It even has like a locking fridge. So like,
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that Luffy can't eat the food.
yeah.
It has
Can't
a
eat all
little
the food.
aquarium in it so you can get fresh seafood.
Yeah.
There's a place to plant the orange trees that Nami brought so they don't get scurvy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I always forget that's why they have that there.
Yeah, it's really early on because like Yosaku and Johnny, like Zoro's bros, like were dying from scurvy, so they sucked on some limes. They were better.
Yeah.
Way back when, like near Barati.
Mhm. Oh gosh. Oh wow. It's like you probably can't hear that. The window is very loud right now. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know my predictions. I guess I'm hoping for like a less world heavy, like Don said, one, and then we can go back into the politics. Just for a small break. Although I guess I don't know what are we reading next time.
How many chapters is
Yeah.
Let me look it up. Meanwhile,
Fantastic
Realm,
transition.
what do you want to
Yes.
see? What do you want to see next time?
Well, I felt like we got a fair amount of political savviness from both the pirate and the world government side. I was pretty satisfied. I'm gonna say we're gonna get maybe more pirate politics. Perhaps more
There are
more
pirate
fight,
politics, yeah.
yeah. Perhaps more development of like what makes up the system. Like, a long time ago we got introduced to the whole 7 warlords like early.
Sure,
This is
yeah.
like chapter 101, I think. I feel like we're gonna maybe get more information on the top brass of like the pirate world, maybe something, a goal for some people, because
Yeah,
they
that's
also
true.
in post Enies they showed Shanks and Whitebeard, so I'm like, maybe that's a precursor to showing more of the pirates lay of the land.
Yeah, I think in Post Enies Lobbies they also do mention it's not just the 7 warlords. I think this is our first mention of the 4 emperors, of which Shanks and Whitebeard are part of that group. They don't work for the government though. They're like big, powerful pirates further down the Grand Line.
They take part in they like take control of a cardinal direction of the Grand Line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They like control big territories in the Grand Line. Like they're the big pirates out there.
I hope
So our next arc will be Thriller Bark. It's 48 chapters, 442 to 489.
Like a slightly shorter one for us.
Yeah. The next arc We could. It's pretty short too. It's only 24 chapters.
Oh yeah, we can do more than one then.
But
if you don't
don't
think we should,
know.
then we don't have to.
We could. Yeah, let's do that. And then we can do Sabaudi Archipelago too. That one's only 24 chapters.
Okay. Oh, so we're combining Thriller Bark and Sabaudi.
Yeah. 'Cause I was looking, should I combine Sabaudi with the next one? The next one's only 11 chapters, but I think
Oh, okay.
it probably makes more sense to combine that one with the one after.
Okay, so then we have, let's do it.
Oh, that one is shorter than I remember.
48, 24 is 72. Are we okay with that?
Yeah.
As a group?
Yes.
We have a little while to read it, so it's not so bad.
Yeah, we have a month to read it.
Yeah, we have the next Slug Manga Club, so long as everyone's available, is April 18th.